Today is Nick Suzuki, a hobby hidden gem. We preview this week's Metal Universe release and look at potential playoff risers and more. Welcome back to episode 387 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, presented by our good friends at Upper Deck.
It's Baba Louie's Hobby Hot Takes Show with producer Phil and cousin Josh.
Welcome back to the Hot Take Show. Hi,
What's
happy
up,
family.
cuz?
My name is Josh. I'm here with Phil, of course. I'm here with Baba Louie, and our good friend Sylvan is joining us today. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey guys, I'm good. How are you?
Doing very well.
Awesome.
Well, we had a different experience yesterday, I think, all of us, in our rooting interests in the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs. So how did game one go for you guys, Sylvan and Phil? What's the report? How are we feeling?
You want to talk first, Phil?
Do you think I want to?
I mean, I liked our third period, but kind of got, the disallowed goal and the couple stupid penalties we took kind of took the winds out of our sail. And
Wasn't a goal.
Carolina, they're tough. We play a similar game. Sens and Carolina play a similar game. They played it better this game. They contained us, especially in the first two periods. But it was still a fun game to watch. The two goals that did go in for them were kind of fluky, but excited for game two.
I talked to California Dave today, and both of us each independently decided not to talk to Phil yesterday. We're like, yeah, we're gonna let him. I'm just gonna let it.
Yeah,
settle
I'm very. My emotional intelligence is non-existent during the hockey game. I think my neighbors think there's a serious domestic going on over here. That's one-sided. Yeah, I know it was a good game. It was a good game. It's game one. There's nothing lopsided about it. Carolina's so deep. All four lines are rocking and rolling. Sylvain said it very accurately as well. We play a very similar game, and they just played theirs a bit better. I'd like to see a little bit more of my big boys. I thought Jake Sanderson played a great game. I was very impressed with him and his enthusiasm and his confidence. You know what? Overall, it was a good game. We just got to play a little bit better and win it. Just got to score more goals than them next time.
Did you think that was a goal?
No, that was not a goal.
Okay.
I do not.
I thought at first, and then they showed they hadn't showed the defining replay. I was like, oh, that's in. And then when they show that replay, I'm like,
okay, so let's give it to us. Great. We still lost 2-1.
Right.
Okay.
It wasn't a goal. I want to see someone bury a goal, and I want to get a point on the board and have it deserving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want a no half measures. You bury that puck. Let's go. It's a good game, man. It'll be a good series.
It was.
And then on our side, we had the total opposite experience with our Minnesota Wild, who went into Dallas and came and dominated. 6-1 was the final score. What was it, Louis? Was it when the Wild went up 4-1 or something like that? It was maybe 12 minutes left in the third period, and Wild score a goal.
Left.
Half the fans in Dallas just leave.
I know.
Yeah,
there was 12 minutes
awesome.
left in that third period.
Yeah, it's gotta feel good. Hey, being a Wild fan. Oh, it's good, man. Boys look good. Yeah, great hockey. I'd like to point out how insane and out of touch the league is by not having the Montreal Canadiens on a Saturday night hockey game.
right.
That is so insane to me. I mean, what other proof do you need? Oh, well, Phil, there's a lot goes into it, contracts and TV deal. I don't listen, man. Move the hell in high water. That you got to put the Montreal Canadiens in the playoffs on Saturday night. I'm sorry.
If you ever wanted proof, though, that the NHL schedule is 100% aligned towards the U.S. media markets, that's it.
Right.
Where they thought that Philadelphia, Pittsburgh would be probably a better draw for U.S. TV ratings. Because as big of a deal as the Canadiens are in Canada, not too many people care about them here.
But you're forgetting something. We don't care that you don't care about us. So that's the thing. It's the
NHL does though, apparently.
I'm ridiculous. I had no idea. I was totally expecting to watch the Habs game last night, and I'm like, what?
I would have rather watched the Habs game versus the Battle of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Still a good
Although
game.
the sweet yellow Penguins jerseys, come on, those are
No,
amazing.
still, listen, I love all the matchups. I'm glad Florida's not in and Toronto's not in. The matchups are great this year.
We on the show, us Minnesotans here, have been long, I don't know, poopy pants on the whole hockey card scene at Minnesota card shows. And we did have our, I think it's a twice a year now, Louis, our big kind of Minnesota card show. It's at the River Center. It's sort of the convention center that's attached to the arena where the Wild play. We call it Excel. Now it's called Grand Casino. And I went on Friday morning. I thought, I should go. We need to make more relationships here on the Minnesota card scene. I was very pleasantly surprised. It's the best hockey turnout that I've seen from a vendor standpoint at a Minnesota card show ever. It was really, really awesome and very, very heartwarming as a hockey card enthusiast to see in my state. So kudos to all the hockey card dealers that showed up for the event. Almost had a heart attack though. So it's like $17 to get in, which wasn't bad. And it's right where the Wild play is, right in the heart of downtown St. Paul. Now, mind you, this is not New York City, and it's not even, if you look at spendier places to go, Minneapolis is there are two major cities that are 4 miles apart or whatever. Minneapolis is way, way more expensive. I get to the ramp. I'm going to park in the River Center ramp, which is also like our Science Museum ramp too. Get in there, get to the gate. It was $28 to park.
Oh, for parking. Oh my God.
On a Friday morning, like a rando Friday. I almost had a heart attack, but I was into the lot where you you had cars behind me where you couldn't back out at that point. So I just had to eat it.
Yeah.
Damn.
It sucked. Yeah.
That's like $50 Canadian.
Oh, that's like all the money in Canada. Come on. $28.
You spent all that money. You didn't even get a hockey card in return for the nice card show.
No, I didn't. I was trying to conserve my resources because, as we know, in 10 days or so, we're going to be at Hockey Card Heaven, and I'd rather shop there. So, what else?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, big news. We teased a little bit on Instagram a few weeks ago, but we officially today are going to announce that our Spring Expo exclusive of Gongshow Reloaded is locked and loaded. Like in the fall, it'll be only available at the expo at the AMG booth. I'll get that booth number soon. I don't know if have they sent out a floor map of the show even yet at this point. I'm not sure.
No, it's
I haven't seen
it. They have over a week still. Last time it was 2 days before, 3 days.
It's 150 boxes only. You can't buy it online. You have to buy it at the show. We're going to be at the AMG booth a bunch, I'm sure, chatting with people as they come and buy. And then we get nervous as they open boxes. And if you want a little extra incentive or anything like that, we'll probably have like some stickers or something like that to give away. Other than that, Phil loves long, uncomfortable hugs, like 45 plus seconds. He's willing, if you buy 2 boxes, he'll go to like even longer. So
Actually, I'd much rather hug people and just we go our separate ways. We don't
like
have to
hug and cry and don't even talk and then just
hug
walk
it.
away.
I'll cry full emotion, but then we got to go. We both got a mission to do.
The complete checklist is available, like with all of our reloaded editions, at hockeychecklist.com. We also have a video. We have a link to the Instagram that we did that previews all 150 cards. Some absolute bangers. Again, much love to our partners at AMG, who we partner with on this, and they do most of the buying for Reloaded, and we kind of work together on the checklist then. Just amazing, amazing cards. It's hard to... They have a tough job because we kind of always want to one-up ourselves with this, and we started with the bar so high. I just picked 2 or 3 cards to highlight from this edition. Again, available only at the AMG booth at the Spring Expo. There's a 2024 SP Authentic Gretzky UD Authentics auto.
There it is. Come on, cooperate with me here.
There we go.
Beauty.
Oh my gosh, pretty auto. Wayne in the Oilers. There's a bunch of Celebrini rookies. There's a beautiful McDavid 2020 UD Canvas auto of 25. A ton of ridiculous mega patch cards. Some.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's the Marchenko RPA. Louis, you got to get the other one.
Well, there.
There we go. Ooh. So there's one of our wild Matt Boldy. There's if you're a Pasternak fan like Phil, because Jay always tells me that you're a Pasternak fan, Phil. They have one of the Bruin Centennial patches in a mega patch. It's like out of 4, something like that. Super, super nice. Then we have the RPAs like this Kirill Marchenko that we showed a second ago. Super Rookies, which is one of California Dave's cards. But look at the patch on that. It's like the cannonball wheel thing. Spoke. Perfect there. And then there's just tons and tons of autos too. Never hurts to show a Bobby Orr auto to people. So just some great cards, of course, and Reloaded. We hope you'll check it out. Come say hi to us at the AMG booth. And I think boxes around 300 CAD plus tax, because you have to charge tax at the expo. And Canada, you guys love your taxes. And
did you I mean, we haven't talked about it in about a month, but can they also go to the AMG booth for?
No, we didn't get that done. Too much going on.
Too much going on. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, we're trying to come out with merch soon. Believe me, that will happen. With the whole Gongshow Breaks thing, that has thrown another.
Yeah. That's true. That's
lot
true.
to
No,
do
they
on
didn't know
the-
what I was talking about. You
Well, I mean, it was sort of the.
Well, I could have said what's on your head.
Yeah, the picture. Well, and people watch too. No, not some people listen, but people do watch. Okay, Phil, you had a really good. I really enjoyed your show on Friday night. I enjoyed your little game with Dave. Your intro was pretty amazing. But for anyone that hasn't seen the latest Friday Nights with Phil, why don't you tune everyone in so they can go check it out?
Yeah, it was an awesome Friday night. We had Thorson on there, and in real life, he doesn't stop talking, but he didn't say too much.
He clapped
last
up,
night.
didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be a theme. When the
I
camera
know.
turns on, everyone kind of changes a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. But we had fun. Thorson brought a lot of heat, showed a lot of really good cards that he has.
Where do you think his Kaprizov collection ranks up? It's got to be up there pretty good.
Well, I feel like Dave is overall better Kaprizov cards, and he doesn't even collect Kaprizov. But
Not in
overall,
quantity. No. Oh, you're
no,
you're-
you don't think so?
No, Thorson's got way better cards. Dave's
Yeah,
just got that
maybe
good one-on-one.
overall. Maybe overall. I don't know. Just did that 101 stature Kaprizov. I think that is such a memorable card for me. That's one of the best hockey cards I've ever seen in my life.
I'm surprised Dave is selling that.
Right? I can't
I
believe
know.
he's doing that. I'm a little disappointed in him. Another time, just when you think you know somebody. Anyways, but that was good. We had Thorson. Dave and I played a super fun game. It was really silly. I knew I'd get walloped, but our game was pick our best card, one card from every team in the playoffs. And I mean, it was my idea, and I didn't even realize I didn't even have some cards of some teams in the playoffs. I also tried to cheat honorably. I went to my LCS to try and get bangers of all the cards that all the teams I didn't have, and my LCS is out of the box in Ottawa. Big shout out to them. They're like family to me, but they're also dead to me because they couldn't even help me cheat properly. I got the Vasilevsky Champs card was the best Tampa Bay card in the whole store. I couldn't believe it.
If you think about it, though, Phil, Dave is the worst person on earth to play that game against because he just collects everybody.
That's fine. I like losing games with my friends. Makes them happy. Doesn't bother me any. I don't mind, and I get to see Dave's cool cards. I'm super happy. It was a good time. That's okay. I would definitely not make that game if I knew I was gonna win. I'd feel like a jerk. I'd be swinging my big, hog and like, hey, look at me. And so it was great.
I got a little package.
Yeah, there you go. Some even line there. Yeah, what can you do? My little twiggy.
We'll go to the Gongshow YouTube, check out the latest Friday Nights with Phil. If you haven't yet, it is definitely worth the watch. Lastly, before we get started, just a reminder that this show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, it is a Patreon podcast. What that means is we rely on the support of the good listener and the good watcher like yourself to help us cover show expenses, produce more and what we hope to be better hockey card content, and then fund initiative, even in a small way to grow the hobby. You can support us for as little as $5 a month. Join our $999 support level tier, Future Watch Gongers. You get that title in our Discord. And then you get access to Discord, which you can see our exclusive show with our good buddy Neil behind the bench. He talks to he's interviewing just tons of Discord members lately. So getting to know some of these guys has been pretty amazing. I very much enjoyed that. Then we do stuff. There's a scavenger hunt going on right now. We do stuff like playoff brackets, fantasy hockey. And the most important thing, though, is that tons and tons of friendships, hobby friendships have formed. And we see all the time that this hobby is about the community. And I think that's probably the number one impact that we've had community-wise on the hobby is have a tiny little part in this Discord that has enabled a bunch of people to become friends. So come join us. Join the crew. If you want to support us, you go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, and click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page. Or you can go to Patreon directly, patreon.com, search for us at Hockey Cards Gongshow. There's a link in the show description, both YouTube and podcast apps, and our Instagram and TikTok profiles too. All right. Babalu, you ready with the game plan for today?
Sure am. Let's roll with the game plan. So we'll start off with get to know your Hall of Famers. Then it's off to the weekly 7. After that, it's hobby news. Then we'll get into 25-26 Metal Universe preview. Pretty banger, if you ask me. Then it's the Gongshow Mailbag, and we'll finish up with personal pickups.
Okay, Babalu, thank you. Let's get this Gongshow rolling with the Get to Know Your Hall of Famers segment. It's where we're profiling every single Hockey Hall of Fame player. We started with the first Hall of Fame class in 1945, have since been working our way to the present day. Last show was a really big one. Gordie Howe.
Yeah.
Hard to top that one. But I would say, as a follow-up, another pretty big name, especially for vintage folks, maybe the OG Bobby Orr, Doug Harvey.
What? Who are we doing? Doug Harvey? Oh, we're
Yeah.
doing Doug Harvey. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I was like, Bobby Orr. I think he was a baby when this was supposed to happen.
You familiar with Doug Harvey, Sylvan? You're on mute.
No, don't tell him.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somewhat. Oh, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Defenseman. Yeah.
The best part of that is you literally directly put yourself on mute in order to talk, because I heard you.
Yeah, I thought I was muted and unmuted myself,
How'd
but I
you-
did the opposite.
How'd you know he did that? You could
because I
tell.
heard him hit his little space bar or something like that.
Oh,
I got eagle ears.
I don't hear that stuff.
No
Yeah.
Do
kidding.
eagles have ears?
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't. I got hair in my ears. I don't know. It's always
Yeah, that must be it.
rustling. Yeah.
Douglas Norman Harvey lived from 1924 until passing away at the age of just 65 in 1989. Born in Montreal, died there too. Oh, what a great photo. Doug was a left shot defenseman, played at 5'11", 190 pounds, and in a career that lasted from 1945 until 1969, played for a number of NHL teams, the Montreal Canadiens, the New York Rangers, St. Louis Blues, and then finally the Detroit Red Wings. During his playing career, Harvey won only 7 Norris trophies. It's too bad. Was named an NHL first All-Star team selection an incredible 10 times. Once named to the NHL's second All-Star team as well, so 11 total All-Star team nods. Played in 13 All-Star games while capturing 6 Stanley Cup championships. After his playing career ended, Harvey spent time coaching and scouting, battled alcoholism, which hampered that phase of his career pretty greatly, which is sad. Also owned a home building company, restaurant, and a restaurant in Montreal and other businesses too. And the Canadiens retired Harvey's number 2.
About the alcohol, he got that in check though.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's not. Yeah, it's not why we should care about him yet. Sorry, I'm not trying to.
No. I'm glad that you made that point, because that really kind of derailed his coaching career. And then
It's too bad.
later on in life was able to overcome that. Which is
It's a happy ending. It's a happy ending.
Yes.
Yeah.
Harvey was also named to the NHL's centennial list of 100 greatest players in 2017. Why you should care about Doug Harvey. Doug Harvey, again, was born in Montreal in 1924, grew up in the city, starred in multiple sports, served in the Canadian Navy during World War II, and after the war, played high-level baseball as well as senior hockey. Sounds like an incredible athlete. Before he became an NHL regular, Harvey helped the Montreal Royals win the Allen Cup in 1947, which established him as one of the best senior players in Canada and put him squarely on the Canadiens' radar. Harvey made the Canadiens out of training camp in 1947, stepped into Frank Edel's old number 2 sweater, and immediately began what became one of the most influential careers ever by a defenseman in Montreal. Early in his NHL career, Harvey stood out because he did not play a safe dump the puck style from the back end. He held possession. controlled pace, and waited for the right play to develop. Harvey quickly became the organizer of Montreal's attack from the blue line, using his puck carrying and passing to feed stars like Maurice Richard, Bernie Geoffrion, Dickie Moore, and later Jean Beliveau. He was on the 1952-53 Canadiens team that won the Stanley Cup, giving him his first championship before the great Montreal dynasty of the second half of the 1950s fully took shape. By the mid-50s, Harvey had become the league standard among defensemen. And after Red Kelly won the first Norris Trophy in 1954, Harvey won it in 1955 and then 6 of the next 7 seasons.
Wow.
That's dominant. That's McDavid level.
Yeah.
New, like, oh my God, who is this Doug kid?
No kidding.
He plays hockey like we've never seen it before. What do we say about McDavid? Same thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Change the game.
100%. In 1955-56, Harvey quarterbacked a devastating Montreal power play that was so dominant, the league changed the rules so a minor penalty would end after a power play goal. That change became known informally as the Canadiens rule, and Harvey was right at the center of why it happened. The 1955-56 season also ended with Harvey winning the Norris and Montreal winning the Stanley Cup, the start of the Canadiens' record run of 5 straight championships. In 56-57, Harvey again won the Norris as Montreal repeated as Stanley Cup champions, showing that his dominance was not a one-year peak but an annual standard. In 57-58, he won another Norris, and the NHL coverage from that season described him and Jacques Plante as anchors of Montreal's airtight defense, while the Canadiens won a 3rd straight Stanley Cup. The only season from 1954-55 through 61-62 that Harvey did not win the Norris was 1958-59, when longtime partner Tom Johnson took it, which says a lot about how strong Harvey's pairing and influencing still were on those Montreal teams. Montreal's dynasty kept rolling in 58-59, 59-60, and Harvey finished that 5-cup run as one of the core pieces of the greatest Canadian stretch in franchise history. Harvey was named captain of the Canadiens for 1960-61, a sign of how central he had become to the franchise in both stature and authority inside the room. Away from the rink, Harvey was one of the few stars of his era willing to push back against management. Along with Ted Lindsay, he doesn't get credit for Ted Lindsay gets the headlines when it comes to the Players Association, but along with Ted Lindsay, Harvey questioned NHL owners over pension handling and earned a reputation as a tough negotiator. In June 1961, Montreal traded Harvey to the New York Rangers for Lou Fontinato, and Harvey believed the move was tied to his labor and union activity more than any decline in his game. So, Ted Lindsay suffered for that as well.
I did not know any of that about Doug Harvey. Wow.
Yes. The Rangers did not just acquire him as a player, they made him player coach, and that made Harvey the last player coach in NHL history. Harvey made an immediate impact in New York, scoring in his Rangers debut on October 11, 1961, coaching them to a win over Boston, and then helping transform a club that had lacked poise into a playoff team. During that 1961-62 season, teammates credited Harvey with changing the way they played. Harry Howell said Harvey changed his hockey life by getting him to carry the puck more, and Andy Bathgate said Harvey's advice helped him tie Bobby Hull for the scoring title. Harvey capped that remarkable first Rangers season by winning the 1961-62 Norris Trophy, his 7th, while leading New York to its first playoff appearance in 4 years. In that 1962 semifinal against Toronto, Harvey showed his feel for the game as a coach by promoting rookie Rod Gilbert for Game 3, and Gilbert helped New York win the game with an assist in a 5-4 victory. Harvey played one more season with the Rangers, then moved through the minors and AHL as his NHL run wound down, but still had enough left to return to the league late in his career. He finished his NHL playing days with the St. Louis Blues in 1968-69 at the age of 44, and fittingly, his final trip to the Stanley Cup final came against his old Canadiens at the Montreal Forum. By the time he retired, Harvey had played 1,113 NHL games, won 6 Stanley Cups, earned 7 Norris trophies, and left a legacy as one of the most important puck-moving defensemen the sport had ever seen.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Go ahead.
He was coaching and playing at the same time. Like, I didn't even realize that was a thing.
He was the last to do
Unreal.
it. It is
Wow.
wild to think about if a player would be the coach today and out there on the
No
ice.
kidding. Do they have a different crest on their jersey for that?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
In
I
one of his
could
cards that
see
we'll
a-
see, it says coach on it here in a second.
I could see a
Cool.
defenseman kind of having that role. I don't know. A little bit. He stands out. As the show knows, I grew up in Montreal, and I have had many conversations with old Montreal farts when I was growing up. His name always came up more than I don't know, more than anybody, but in regards to people that you needed to see play live, right? And that's what I keep thinking. I saw Eric
wow.
Carlson play in his peak. I can't explain what I saw with my eyes. It's another gear. It was a guy playing a sport that looked similar, but not really. Like, he's playing a next level of that sport. And I feel like that's kind of what the Doug Harvey thing happened. Like, who was before him? I mean, we've talked about it. Dit Clapper, wasn't he a high points defenseman? I thought he was.
and I think
Earl
so. I don't
Seibert-
remember.
Earl Seibert. I think he was the big scorer defenseman. But I like, who else before Doug Harvey? I don't think there is anyone. He's like the first.
Yeah. He's like the OG Bobby Orr, right? But he doesn't have nearly the hobby following that Orr had. Again, Orr is the greatest all time. But
Tremblay, JC Tremblay, maybe Pierre Pilote. But they're after, I think. Aren't they after?
Yeah, I think Pilote might have been after. Let's take a look at Harvey's hobby market. His rookie card comes to us in the 1951 Parker set, card number 10. PSA 9 we're featuring is the highest selling copy, or publicly selling copy, sold for $5,880 US in December 2019. Then I picked 3 additional Harvey Playing Days cards for us to look at and talk about. The next one I picked is from the 1960 Parker set, card number 48. PSA 9 highest selling copy sold for $599 US in January of 2025. Again, 7 Norris trophies, 6 Stanley Cups. A card like this, gosh, you'd think would go for more than $600, but
crazy.
Then I picked a Rangers card from the 1961 top set, card number 45. See how it says Rangers coach on it? Isn't that cool?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
That is cool.
Picture did cut him dirty though. The Montreal one, he looks like a good bulldog there, but
yeah, he's got like the weird, like
spaghetti
his
arms.
knees are too big.
Yeah, it looks like he got hit by some radiation.
Oh yeah. The
There, yeah.
gloves too. They're weird.
Highest selling copy is this PSA 9, sold for $330 US in December of 2010. And then the final card I picked is his final card from the 1968 O-Pee-Chee set. Card number 1 features Harvey in a Blues sweater. And the PSA 8 we're showing his highest selling copy, sold for $3,000 US in July of 2024. And I'm guessing that the $3,000 price tag had more to do with the PSA registry, and that high graded copies of these cards are very tough to find. But, or big Doug Harvey Blues fan.
Yeah. I think the Rangers coach card was cool, man.
I do like that one.
It was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
All right, kids, that's your Hockey Hall of Famer, Doug Harvey. It's time for the Weekly 7.
Oh, boy.
Where we look at stories around the NHL and hockey world over the past week and see how they could impact the hobby.
Let's skate on over to the NHL.
Okay, I want to start. Well, so this is our first episode since the regular season ended. And so now we can start to take a look at who some of the point leaders and stuff like that were for 25, 26. So I wanted to focus there today and review the top 5 overall points leaders, because I think there's some kind of interesting things there. So finishing number 1, of course, was Connor McDavid, who had 48 goals, 90 assists for 138 points. Therefore wins the Art Ross Trophy. The 6th time now for McDavid, ties him with Gordie Howe and Mario Lemieux for the 2nd most Art Ross trophies of all time. Gretzky has 10, so still a ways to go to catch him there. And McDavid finished 3rd in the NHL in goals and 1st in assists. It's kind of what we expect out of Connor McDavid, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, it's getting harder and harder to be impressed at this point. I mean, it's obviously very impressive, but you were so used to it. Finishing 2nd in points is Nikita Kucherov, who had 44 goals, 86 assists for 130 points. Here's Kucherov's point totals the last 4 years. 113, 144, 121, and now 130.
Wow.
Pretty ridiculous. Very consistently
it
good.
is.
Then we had Nathan McKinnon, who had 127 points off of 53 goals, 74 assists. Also at 53 goals, McKinnon is your Rocket Richard winner for 25-26. One of 2 players this year with 50 or more goals. Cole Caulfield was the other one. McKinnon also led the NHL in plus minus this year at plus 57.
Oh my God.
That's not a real number. That can't be real. Did we get a fact check on that?
Well, that got me thinking, what's the greatest single plus minus season ever? Do you guys know?
I'm gonna guess here. Plus 70.
Oh, okay, you got to name a player too. Who do you think it was?
Oh,
No, just let him guess the number. It's funnier.
Bergeron.
All right. What do you feel? Who do you think?
I pick minus 48, and I think the player is Austin Matthews.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Brady Tkachuk. Well, I'll give you guys a hint. It was in 1970-71.
Yeah.
So pick a player from that era.
70-71?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Larry Robinson. No, he would be in the plus. He'd have the record for the best.
Wasn't he a rookie in 72 as well?
Oh, a rookie? I don't know, a 71.
Well, I don't think he was playing in 71. Okay.
I don't want to guess anymore. Can you just tell us, please?
I thought we were doing pluses. That's when I guess Bergeron.
It is plus.
My bad.
So in
it is plus. Then I guess Larry Robinson.
Okay.
Yeah.
In 1970-71, Bobby Orr was a plus 124.
Wow.
Oh my God. 124.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The fourth highest scorer this year in the NHL was Macklin Celebrini, who had 115 points, 45 goals, 70 assists. He's 19 years old, turns 20 on June 13th. Again, the third most points in an NHL season by a teenager. We talked about that last week. It also tied him, speaking of goals, for the second most goals ever in an NHL season by a teenager. Jimmy Carson had 55 goals in 1987-88. That's the most. And both Macklin and Dale Hawerchuk scored 45 goals. Hawerchuk did it in 1981-82.
Wow.
Again, I think we kind of knew those four. Do you guys know who the fifth leading scorer in the NHL was this year? I don't think you're going to get it. Yeah.
We're talking points here, right?
Points, total
first.
points.
Suzuki?
Good guess, but no. Phil, take a guess.
I don't know. Jason Robertson?
Mark Scheifele.
Oh,
Mark
yes.
Scheifele.
Yes.
Mark Scheifele.
I remember seeing that and being surprised. Yeah.
Serially under the radar, pretty good NHL player.
Yeah.
On the season, had 36 goals, 67 assists for 103 points. Bright spot and a pretty bad season in Winnipeg. First time Scheifele has exceeded 100 points in a year. And the fifth time in 13 seasons, the 33-year-old has reached 30 or more goals. His career high for goals was 42 in 2022. Really no hobby market for Scheifele, but again, a great season.
Criminal.
So there was there's a few other 100-point scorers too. You had Suzuki was next with 101 points. Martin Necas had 100. David Pastrnak had 100. In total, we had 800-point scores in 2025-26 compared to 6 last year. So
Exciting.
I still can't get over Scheifele at 5.
yeah.
What? Well, that's because
Crazy.
he has a reputation for not being good in his defensive end. So he's a high maintenance man, apparently, right?
Worst trash talker in the NHL too, because they're too nice.
I don't swear. Yeah, that's like our old prime minister. I never smoked a cigarette, and I'm proud to say that. Like, okay, man. Yeah, thanks. So what is Scheifele? I don't swear on the ice. Okay, you're so virtuous, Mark. Thank you. You're such a good man.
Hey, I didn't realize Jimmy Carson was such a good hockey player before he went and hosted the Tonight Show. It's pretty
That'd
cool.
be Johnny Carson, but thank you, Baba Louie. There you go. Well, you mentioned you guessed Nick Suzuki. For topic number 2, I want to focus on him a little bit. He was one of the 8 NHL players to record 100 or more points this season. Finished 25-26 with 29 goals, 72 assists for 101 points. Becoming the first Canadians player with more than 100 points in over 40 years.
Whoa.
Since Mats Naslund had 110 points in 1985-86.
My dad
40
drove
years.
my dad drove him in a taxi twice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remember. I remember it. I remember one of them perfectly. Mats Naslund, greatest helmet ever. Yeah, he's awesome.
Suzuki is also only the 5th Canadiens player ever to score 100 points in a season. Guy Lafleur, as we like to call him, did it 6 times. Pete Mahovlich did it twice. Mats Naslund once. Steve Shutt once. And now Nick Suzuki. I would have thought there'd be more than... Well, you kind of forget that...
No Vincent Damphus in that?
No.
I thought he did. I thought he got 100.
There was a few players that had the high 90s in point totals for a year.
Huh.
Suzuki's previous best season was last year when he scored 30 goals and totaled 89 points. And all this, to me, brings up the question again. We've talked about this a lot over the last few months, is who's the chase in Montreal at this point? There's so many options. It's kind of ridiculous. So I did a poll this weekend, got out the old hobby poll, and I asked the hobby, which Habs player will have the strongest hobby market 2 years from now? You can only give 4 choices, which is, again, goes back to, like, I could have probably done 7 on an Instagram poll. So the choices I threw out there were Nick Suzuki, Ivan Demidov, Cole Caulfield, and Lane Hudson. Who do you guys think won the vote?
I think Caulfield won the vote because of his media exposure right now. That's my guess, but I don't necessarily think that's true.
My gut tells me people want to go with Lane Hudson.
It was not even close. It was a landslide with 52% of the vote, Cole Caulfield.
Oh, wow. Good, Sylvain.
That's a good theory, Sylvain. So you think that is a little recency bias or a lot recency bias?
I think the whole hobby is it revolves around recency bias. So yes.
Yeah, fair enough. Kind of makes me think that Cole Caulfield might be a thing at the Expo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe, eh? Well, he should be. It's well deserved. I hope he is. I hope he does it again next year and the year after that and the year after that.
It also tells you, though, how much more maybe weight goals have than points, because Suzuki with 103 points or 101 points, first time in 40 years as a Canadiens player, the captain, had the least amount of votes.
Crazy.
Oh, crap. That's a good point, Josh. Yeah.
He's also the oldest rookie card.
26 or something like that?
Well,
He's not old.
Yeah, but I mean his cards have been in the market the longest too.
He has. There's something old soul about him, though. Yeah. Right. And being a captain of Montreal. Yeah. Listen, man, all he needs is some hardware. All he needs is some hardware, some medals, 1 cup. Go down, brother. You can be immortalized if you play your cards right here, Suzuki.
Cup would have the biggest impact. Probably the most, or the best chance for him to win a individual trophy would be the Selke, and I don't think that carries a lot of hobby.
That's something. Got to start somewhere.
It's something though.
Oh yeah, you're from a hobby. Yeah, I'm going legacy.
I got you. Well, but they're a little bit tied in together.
Yeah, for sure.
Nick Suzuki is a 2019-20 Young Guns PSA 10 pop 1,189, 39% gem rate. Pretty low for that year. Just kind of crazy. Less over 358 US on April 10th. Pretty strong, I would say. Wouldn't you, so man?
Yeah.
358 US. Up 12%.
Probably double.
Yeah.
Double than the start of the season.
Up 7% in the past 3 months. 52-week high is 522 US. 52-week low 206. I just have a feeling that the Canadiens players are going to dominate the Spring Expo, and that has to do with where the Maple Leafs are at right now too. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I'd agree.
And celebrating, of course. But.
I don't think Leaf collectors are filling the void with Hab collectors, with collecting Habs cards.
But if we're talking about, I don't know what the ratio is, collector to people who play in the market for cards. I think it's more people play in the market for cards than collect that go to the Expo. So yeah, I don't think it's pure Leaf collectors versus Hab collectors. I think it's people who follow the money. And I think that, I think Josh is right.
So that's from your point of view with what you do, though. And from my point of view, what I do, I don't notice either, really.
Yeah.
You're both annoying.
I don't tease often, but on Thursday show, I found data that gives really good insight into the best and worst hobby markets. And I think you guys are going to be shocked by Toronto.
No, so I'll give I will reluctantly say this. The best thing for the hockey card hobby is for the Toronto Maple Leafs to go on a legacy run.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that, in my opinion, that would be my personal nightmare, of course, right? I'd move to away. But for the hockey hobby of sports collecting, that would be by far, I think, the thing that would make this explode and stay true the longest, right?
I would guess Montreal, just because I find per capita, there are probably more hockey card collectors in Montreal than Toronto.
I know I want to agree with you. I think I do, but I there's something in me that says Toronto is a juggernaut. It's the fourth biggest city in North America.
Right. Yeah.
I think
that's a guess too. Then
you can be as strategic of an army as you want, but if you're outnumbered 15-1 in the soldiers, you can flank all you want. You're getting schmuckered, right?
Right.
And I think that's what Toronto would do. They're just a juggernaut wave of suburbia.
Right. And Toronto winning could bring in some big whales into the
And that's who bought my Matthews card. A guy's like, "Oh, I've only been collecting for a year." I'm like, "You've been collecting for a year and you bought $1,000 Parker's Champions card? Okay, nice to meet you. I'm Phil from Ottawa."
Well, Toronto might have a very strong hobby market, but again, here's my little tease: they're not collecting Maple Leafs cards.
Oh, interesting.
Did not guess that.
Okay, we're gonna move on to now. Also, that the regular season is over, a bunch of there's no more games to decide or to give data for some of the big individual trophies and awards this year. So we're gonna give our picks, who we think we're gonna go through the top kind of four. Start with the big one, the Hart Trophy, of course, the NHL MVP. So I have the four top candidates are Nathan McKinnon, 53 goals, 127 points. We've talked about plus 57, ranked first in the NHL. Top Hart tier all year long is Colorado's main engine. You have Kucherov, 130 points, 86 assists, ranked second in the NHL. And NHL.com's latest trophy tracker picked him for the Hart, for whatever that's worth. Connor McDavid, 138 points, 90 assists, first in the league, 6th scoring title, which of course adds to the MVP narrative. And then Macklin Celebrini, 115 points, set the Sharks single season franchise record, finished 45 goals, 70 assists at age 19, and historic season, of course, is so who's your winner? We'll start with you, Phil, first, if you got to decide who won the Hart Trophy this year.
I have a hard time voting for any awards when it has something to do with your team, that you matter to them and blah blah, and you didn't make the playoffs. I wanna vote Macklin Celebrini. I really do, but I have a hard time doing that because they. So what is the exact definition of the Hart? Like what? Right? Like what is the exact definition? Do you have it there or no?
Louis, can you look at that up really quick and jump in?
Like most valuable player to the league, to the team, they matter for my decision. To the most valuable player, general, like if like it's up for interpretation, to the team, to the league, whatever you want, Phil, Macklin Celebrini is my pick. To their team, Connor McDavid.
Yeah, this comes down to like best player versus most valuable player and whether you see a difference between those two definitions.
It's the annual award.
I do see a big difference. I see a very big difference with the best player and valuable player. The best player, I would put Connor Oh, man, you're jamming me up.
Okay, Louis, what's the definition?
The definition we're going to chase here, it's the award given to the player to be the most valuable to his team in the
Connor
NHL.
McDavid. Yeah, thank you, Louis. Connor McDavid. Yeah, that's my pick for
Who are you going with, Sylvan?
My heart wants to go McKinnon, but I think it's McDavid.
I want to vote Celebrini too, but I'm struggling with Phil in that when you don't make the playoffs, because if you take the argument who's the best player to their team, well, the easiest way to kind of mentally walk through that is by using like deductive reasoning, right? Like take them off the team. How good is the team? of all those guys, so you have the Oilers, Lightning, and Avs and Sharks. You take Macklin Celebrini off the Sharks, and they're horrible.
That's a really good point. Yeah, that's a great point.
But I don't know. I'm gonna go McKinnon slightly over McDavid. But I wouldn't be surprised if any of these guys win it.
So
Yeah.
I think you take McKinnon off, they're going to be better than if you take McDavid off. You take McDavid off the Oilers, see ya. Yeah. Then what are you? You have no identity. You don't know who they are. Sure, you have Draisaitl, but we don't know Leon in driving the bus. We don't know that. We don't know.
I do think if Celebrini, sorry, Phil. I do think if the Sharks did make the playoffs, Celebrini probably would have won it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. No one cared. Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
maybe
Louis, who do you think?
Yeah, well, I don't. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Celebrini should take this. Now, to take it from this standpoint, I don't care if they make the playoffs or not. Edmonton's not making the playoffs without McDavid on their team. So
wouldn't that make him the most valuable to his team?
That's another example that I'm going to use, though, is Edmonton would be terrible without him. So he could be it. San Jose would be horse crap without Celebrini on that team. So
you can't. So you're picking two players. You got to pick one.
He said Celebrini.
Well, I would pick Celebrini. I'm using the McDavid. Either team would be terrible without one of those two guys on the team.
Yeah.
But with that logic, wouldn't you pick the team that made the playoffs?
Sure, fair enough. You win.
No, I'm not. Oh, man. Not trying to win anything. I'm trying my reality to be shared with another person's, and it never is sometimes.
Well, the another way to look at this too is that you've got these four players, and we can maybe argue for Kucherov in Tampa Bay, but McKinnon has Makar. McDavid does have Draisaitl. If Celebrini had Draisaitl on his team, do you think the Sharks would have been a playoffs team?
Right.
100%. Right. And so, and then the other, I think, case you could make for Celebrini is while they didn't make the playoffs, they were in it till the second to last game or last game of the season. So they were right there, but the playoffs do matter to me too. So, okay. We're going to move on to the Calder Trophy, which probably won't be as much debate on this one. You have Matthew Schaefer at 23 goals, 36 assists, 59 points. Obviously, elite D-man production. Most points ever by an 18-year-old defenseman in NHL history. The runaway betting favorite right now, if you care about that sort of stuff. Then you have Ivan Demidov, who was the rookie scoring leader, had 33 points in his first 39 games and won Rookie of the Month for December. Cooled off maybe a little bit for a stretch there, but that's common with rookies. Best pure forward, I think, case in the race. You had Beckett Seneca, 60 points in 82 games as a rookie. Finished second among rookie in points. Big offense, strong finish, kept him in the mix. And then our guy, Jesper Wallstedt.
Jesper!
16, 8, and 6 record, 2.67 goals against, .914 save percentage, 4 shutouts in 32 games, won Rookie of the Month in November. Would be a goalie wild card if vote. I mean, it'll never happen, but if people want to go there. So who's your winner? Should we just all say Schaefer and move on? Or does anyone want to argue?
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, not cutting Demidov short at all. He heads the power play. I mean, number one power play deployment is in Montreal. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
so to get beat by someone like Matthew Schaefer would be an honor. I hope that's an honor for Ivan Demidov to be beaten by him.
We'll go back to a little tougher one, the Norris Trophy. So my 4 candidates are Zach Werenski, Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes, and Evan Bouchard. Werenski had 22 goals, 59 assists, 81 points in 75 games played. He's NHL.com's current Norris favorite. I think they had 16 pundits vote, and he got 12 of the 16 first place votes. Huge workload, 26-37 time on ice, second amongst NHL players behind Quinnesota. Then you got Cale Makar, who is a little bit, I think will suffer almost like McDavid does a little bit from year to year in that he produces such a ridiculous stats and numbers, and then they seem ho-hum because it's like Groundhog's Day.
He was hurt
every year.
He was hurt.
Yeah. Quinn Hughes finished third in the NHL.com's latest Norris tracker voting. 27-44 time on ice, highest in the NHL. Put up 76 points in 74 games. stayed in the race because of his massive minutes and puck driving impact. And this is just like a funny Minnesota thing, but I don't know if you guys maybe were watching the playoff game yesterday. They said on national TV, he came to Minnesota in mid-December, something like that, and set the all-time single season point record for Minnesota Wild defenseman.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Played about half of the year with the team. So
whoa.
I'd like to see. I don't think Quinn Hughes should win the Norris this year. I'd like to see him win it, and he will win it in the future. But like, start the season clean with the Wild, dominate, maybe finish second in scoring, but help the Wild to, President's Trophy. That's how I want to see Quinn Hughes win. I think Evan Bouchard should win this year. I wanted Werenski to win, but
92 points.
Blue Jackets.
92. Yeah, that's crazy.
I want, and I understand the argument for Bouchard not winning, and I agree with that too. But I'm picking. I want Evan Bouchard to win the Norris this year. He's a risk taker, and I can definitely understand that. His risks are highly exposed. They're big goose eggs out there, man. He makes some bad calls, but he's a great defenseman. He definitely deserves a Norris at some point in his career. And if they're not going to give it to Cale Makar again, which they probably should always, I like them all. I like all the guys, but I want Bouchard to get it.
What do you think, Sylvain?
I think I'm going to go with Werenski.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
He seems to be like the center. I feel like he's like the actor who has now made 15 really good movies and never got the Academy Award.
Yeah.
He's like the sentimental favorite, and he's going to win it because of that, right?
And he should. If he wins, I'm going to be so happy. Yeah, good job. Yeah.
It would also be nice because we have a bunch of friends that are like high glass CBJ John that are Blue Jacket fans, and to get another little tough season for them, so to have a little bright spot. But
they're in good hands.
I'd pick Minnesota.
They're in good hands. Why? No, man. Why? You got a rift season. He hogged like a lot of the spotlight in Vancouver.
He's my guy.
If Quinn Hughes wins, that's fine. You want a homer pick, that's fine. But he doesn't deserve it to win this year for sure. Of all years, not this.
Does. Louis, I think, picks Minnesota based on his little graphics flash.
I'm kidding.
Okay, the last one's probably the toughest one because I don't know how many of us are keyed into goalie analytics, but we do have a Vezina Trophy race. You have Andrei Vasilevsky, 39 wins, led the NHL, 2.31 goals against, .912 save percentage, of course, elite across the board. The current frontrunner, according to NHL.com's final trophy tracker. That a great bounce back season for Ilya Sorokin. 29, 24, and 2, 2.68 goals against, .906 save percentage, 7 shutouts this year.
Wow. And
so I think that's his most impressive stat. Yeah, Jeremy Swayman had a pretty decent rebound year as well. 31, 18, 4, 2.71 goals against, .908 save percentage. Maybe a little bit of a sleeper case because of advanced metrics like goals saved above expected are excellent, and he did help that push to get Boston in the playoffs. And then Logan Thompson, who's had a couple good years now, 31, 21, and 6, 2.44 goals against, .912 save percentage, 4 shutouts, and maybe a long shot there. I'm guessing this goes to Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Same.
I think Swayman or Sorokin should get it because, it's just
Sorokin.
Sorokin.
Yeah. Sorry. Because I'll explain why my Swayman. I think a lot of people aren't giving Boston the credit they deserve. I don't think they're going to do much in the playoffs, but they did not. We all laughed at them and Buffalo at the beginning of the year. Well, at least Boston and Buffalo will probably be out of the way. At least for Boston, it was a probably. Yeah, we were all, and big part of that. Yes, Morgan Geekie was super hot at the beginning of the year. None of this happens without Jeremy Swayman. None of this. And I think, and when he held out for his contract, he knew his worth as a guy who has the other goalie, Allmark. I know why Jeremy Swayman knew he had his worth. He was probably, I'm a professional. I'm an athlete. Give me my contract. And they did. And who did they let go? The other goalie. So I think Jeremy Swayman has a really strong case.
Okay.
Was it last season where he didn't have a great season at all?
Correct.
Oh,
And I love the comeback story.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
And that because it's hard. It's the older you get, well, he's a young guy, but it's hard. It's hard to have a great year after the bad year. At the highest level of athleticism, that's very hard. I can't even have a good Saturday after a bad Friday.
I think goalie is so much mental too that the mental bounce back is tough from that. Yep. Louis, do you got a pick for Vezina?
I'm gonna stick with Vasilevsky.
All righty, good job.
I probably would have picked Sorokin a little bit like earlier when we talked about who made the playoffs and who didn't. If they made the playoffs, they just squeezed out. But yeah,
I know, but I think he was important to that. He has to be. I'm just guessing here, but that was a magical year that team had. It is a bummer they didn't make the playoffs, but it was, and I think he was a big part of that. And he's a big part of Matthew Schaefer's first year. A goalie is memorable, right? So
right.
For topic number 4 in the weekly 7, we're going to switch to the playoffs a little bit and do a little hobby talk. I came up with, I think it's 5 players that I think have the most to gain from the hobby or hobby perspective these 2026 NHL playoffs. We'll see if you guys agree. Maybe you'll have other players that you want to throw into the mix too, so please feel free to do that. Number 1, and I kind of ranked them in order, is Connor McDavid. There's really not much else to say at this point.
I know you want to.
No.
Go ahead,
but
say it.
No, the point though is that I do predict if they win it this year, his hobby market explodes.
Oh yeah, like Macklin styles, right? Like it'll go boop, boop, boop,
maybe even more. Like
maybe.
Okay.
Be that big sigh of relief. I at least I'm not saying maybe permanently, but for a month or two, I think it's bonkers. Everyone, because think about how many people that maybe are not McDavid collectors but are holding big cards, just waiting for him to win the Stanley Cup, and then all of those go to auction. Right after.
But I mean, would that flood the market? Look at what happened to O-Pee-Chee.
I don't think there'll be a tsunami of 5-6 figure cards coming. No, I don't think there's that many smart people out there that have that many, or dumb people. I mean, I don't know. It could go either way.
Right.
Okay, so I think that number 1 is obvious, right? And I would assume you guys agree. Number 2, I had to really think about, because again, I wanted to rank these, like who has, obviously McDavid has the most to gain. I went with Cole Caulfield.
Interesting.
He's the first Canadian's 50 goal scorer in over 30 years. You give him a big playoff run or a Stanley Cup, and I think his hobby market, not to the degree McDavid's would, but would be.
I like it. Yeah, I like it, Josh. That's a good pick.
But if we're talking percentages, I think Cole Caulfield, like it could go up 100%. McDavid might not go up 100% because it's already so expensive, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then the third most to gain, I went with McKinnon. And here's my logic. He's got 1 cup already. But if he adds the Hart Trophy, which he's a top candidate we talked about, and another Stanley Cup, I think that elevates him in the all-time rankings. Like solidifies his spot as not just a really, really good like Hall of Famer, won a cup or so, to one of the he's not going to be on the Mount Rushmore ever, I don't think, but maybe in the top 15, 20 all time at that point, sort of, maybe a little bit higher. What do you guys think?
I get confused with Colorado. When Patrick Wall left, it's a bad sample size, but when he left the Habs and he went to Colorado, he was still thoroughly threaded in my media, my hockey team talk with my boys. It never changed. It was a lateral move, but it was to Colorado. Nathan McKinnon, dude, I don't know. Like I'm going to disagree with you. That's what I think. Okay. I don't think it'll make a big difference. And I hope I'm wrong. We all win if I'm wrong. I just don't think he walks down the street and goes to the Rideau Center here in Ottawa. Too many people know who Nathan McKinnon is.
I think it's too bad. I think if he was born 5 years earlier and played this way, like he'd consider generational, but he's in the same generation as McDavid, arguably. So, he's overshadowed by that. But
if I was a guy like him, I'd be like a front runner to bring the Hartford Whalers back. I would be the captain of the Hartford Whalers, and I would be the king of my city, Hartford, Connecticut. I'd want a legacy like that. I'd want to be the biggest fish in the smallest pond, and the hobby and make your own hobby, something like that. That's what
I think. What holds McKinnon back is he's not warm. He's not a warm personality. He's kind of crabby.
No, yeah,
and
right.
So what though? I don't know.
But that you don't connect with people, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have the Macklin Celebrini smile. I mean, that's a big part of the Celebrini thing. You can't underestimate that about
That's
how
why people love Dave. He's got that Guy Smiley style, right? California.
Yeah.
It's got a beautiful smile. It even twinkles.
Okay, the fourth player at the most to gain. I don't know if this will surprise you or not, but I want to go through my logic. I picked Vasilevsky. And here's why. If we're going to have an iconic goalie from this era, would another cup for the Big Cat make him the front runner? Again, especially, so he's got 2 cups and a Conn Smythe already. If he wins the Vezina for this season and another cup, that would give him 2 Vezina trophies, 3 Stanley Cups, a Conn Smythe, and maybe that it's like will people still collect him 10 years from now kind of thing?
No, I think it's done. I think the goalie thing's done until a new person with a big personality comes along. Wade Boggs has the most hardware ever in baseball. He's up there. He's got a decent hobby market, but if you compared it to his accolades, he should have a massive hobby market. No one cares about Wade Boggs. I know people care about Boggs. I'm not saying it's a figure of speech for just getting ahead of the people that leave.
You're not even finishing the sentence before you go into your defense. You go into your passionate defense.
Nobody collects. How does nobody collect Wade Boggs when my dad collects Wade? Okay, dude. Sorry.
I get what you're saying.
But yeah, you get what I'm saying. I think the goalie thing is done, man. I don't. And if anyone should be collected, I agree. It should be Vasilevsky. Yeah, but even if he wins the Vezina again, I don't think you're going to see any tick in his hobby market. None.
You want to break the tie here, Savan?
Well, I was going to say, I like how Phil said should, because that's how I feel too. Like, it should be that way. I don't think it ever will be. I think the Florida factor plays hard here, but yeah, I think I'm going to go with Phil's opinion.
All right. Well, thanks for joining the show, Savan.
Yeah.
See you later.
You just signed your death ticket.
Time to say goodbye.
Hey, I did cheer when Minnesota won. Just for the record.
Who didn't? Unless who are they playing again?
No,
Dallas.
Yeah, unless
Stolen
you live
Stars.
in Dallas, you have to be cheering for Minnesota, right? That's like, I don't know how you wouldn't. It doesn't make sense.
Well, if you like happiness, peace, prosperity, and love, then you cheer for the Wild.
Well, I feel it's on my duty to say, and if you like money going out the back door, yes, vote for the Wild.
You said duty.
I had to say something. Come on, there's too many people being like, someone, Phil Sylvan, can you please put this man in his place?
Okay, I think my 5th pick is really good. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm constantly this never sinks in my head that this guy has not won a Stanley Cup, because his team has won it around the time he's played. And so similar to Connor McDavid, David Pastrnak has had a big time NHL career, been a massive goal scorer for a long time, and has 0 Stanley Cups. He's 29 years old, has just had another 100-point season, has 420 career goals. And if he's going to, you need, just like McDavid, you need the cup for your legacy. And so I think his market would shoot up if they won the Stanley Cup.
Are
you guys like me? Do you just assume that, like, when you think of David Pastrnak, that because Marchand won it with like they've won it not too long ago, and Pastrnak played a long time. It's like, how is he not on any of those teams?
Yeah, I understand, but I don't know what to tell you. I don't know too much. He's dynamic, right? Like, he didn't even get 30 goals this year, though. Or did he?
Oh, I think he did.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he had 100 points. I know that.
I don't think he got 30 goals, Joshy Poo.
You think he got 29?
I think he would need to keep almost hitting 50, hit 50 a few times, and
yeah, he had 29 goals. You're right, and 100 points. But
I don't know how I know that.
But the 4 years prior to that, though, Phil, 40 goals, 61 goals, 47 goals.
Yeah, he had that 60. Yeah, no, you're right. I don't know what it is about. He is dynamic. He's a highlight reel to watch.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I guess here I got it. If it hasn't happened now, I don't think it would happen anyways. I think that being 29, 30, people smell it off you, and old guys don't get popular, right? So
his market's already very strong. So
well,
I think
that's
it
a good
could
thing. Yeah, that's good.
it could go up.
You
He's
think?
already
Oh.
quite strong. I'm with Josh on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Who else would you guys add to the list of players that if they, and it's not just winning the Stanley Cup, let's say kind of tear it up this postseason, that could elevate their market?
I think my team, like Tim Stützle, it's do or die
I was
there
going
for
to say
him.
that.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
if we lose the series to Carolina, Tim Stützle pops in 5 goals and 6 assists and makes the TSN turning point to ice. He's then I think he can stay where he's at. I think if he doesn't, if he needs to stand out a lot more than he did in game 1, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
You know,
Kaprizov.
I like
I
that.
think he could. Yeah.
yeah, I'm so upset at Dave. I really wish he wasn't selling that 101. I can't stop thinking about that. That's an amazing card.
Calling him a Cabbage Patch doll is so, I can't believe that never occurred to me, but he
Me
is the
too.
most Cabbage Patch doll
Yeah.
player in NHL history.
I just think of like my aunt's rooms growing up. They always had Cabbage Patch dolls on their beds. And my grandmother would go and like tuck them all in this little blanket. I'm like, holy crap, it's Kaprizov. That's exactly what it looks like.
Louis, do you got any other players that are on your radar for Hobby Watch?
As boring as it is, like Aho.
Yeah, Carolina, eh? I don't know how Svechnikov isn't he is so good. I love him. He is a big, mean Russian. I think he's great.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's too old. He's not, no one cares about him anymore. But what about Morgan Geekie? What if he bounces back and has like a really good playoffs, right? Wasn't he like the darling at the beginning of the year?
Sure.
Yeah, he's like 27, 29, something like that too.
Right.
Though, so
Well, that's what I thought. Maybe he's not quite too old, you know? I don't know.
Well, Logan Stankoven could use a bump.
yeah, he was good yesterday, right? He had
All right,
goal, at
Yeah.
least, or did both their goals.
It's hard to
Both
hate anyone
goal
on
and assist.
Carolina.
Yeah.
They're not a
Yeah.
hateable team. I'm like, oh, he's good. Oh, he's good too. I'm like Jackson Blake. Like I was like, oh, I'd love that guy on my team, man. Come on, like I like Carolina. I hope we kick the snot out of them. But
Have you
But
guys?
it doesn't have a
noticed
great.
in this- Go ahead, Sully.
Yeah.
There's no great hobby market in Carolina, I find. Svechnikov in his rookie year, well, and during the COVID boom, his young gun was over
it's just him
$100
and
raw.
it was all him and Brady. They're the only rookies of that year
Right.
that are
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Jarvis is
Yeah.
probably the most hobby relevant. I would say
True.
Carolina. Okay,
All right.
thanks. We're
I
gonna move
have
on
a
to point
question,
number
Josh.
three.
Like
Yeah.
on that, if let's say the Wild make it all the way, is it Kaprizov or is it Quinn?
Yeah, but if they do, I'm gonna make a compilation of all the clips of you not supporting them as they do. Like, well, don't you feel better if they do it and you're like, yeah, I had their back the whole way, instead of being like, wow, we won the Stanley Cup and I laughed at them the whole way.
Supporting them and delusional are two totally different.
You're just going all in, eh? Okay, no problem.
I'm just a Minnesota. I would be the happiest guy on earth. I would be, but
Well,
I'm just not
show it a
counting
bit
it.
more. I don't know. Like I feel you should be maybe different, supportive a little bit.
I need to remind you again, and remember at this time because this is important. And this goes back years, and it goes back to when we very first started the show, and me and OG Troy were lockstep in this regard. We are get back to me in the second round. This team makes the second round, and I'll be like a light switch.
Okay.
I will be
Okay,
so
fine.
obnoxiously about my team that you won't. But I have been left at the altar of the first round year after year after year, and I'm sick of it.
I
love
hate them. They're pigs. They only want one thing. It's disgusting. Then wash it.
You will see no more Homer than me come round 2,
All right.
Great.
and I'll be
Pinky swear.
pinky swear.
All right. Deal.
Okay, we'll hold you to that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a bigger Wild fan than you. These last few days.
But
Exactly.
the Wild have 3 strong hobby players, which are Quinn Hughes, Boldy, and Kaprizov. And I'm curious which out of the three would would gain the most.
Oh, Kaprizov.
I think so too, because
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
Well, listen, hey, you guys win a Stanley Cup with Minnesota. No one's gonna remember he played for Vancouver. Nobody. Nobody. His agent is scrubbing the internet as best as he can. Vancouver. Yeah, I don't even know how to spell it. Forget it.
Yeah.
No.
I also find it's kind of funny, and it's come up in the Weekly 7 a bunch of now, and maybe it's the Matthew Schaefer, Macklin Celebrini, Connor Bedard effect, where we have all these 17, 18, and 19-year-olds making big waves in the end, where now we look at like a kid who's 27 is old
Right.
in the NHL. Because we're getting
Yeah.
so conditioned to having teenagers produce really big numbers. Okay. Well, it's been about 4 minutes since we've talked about the Montreal Canadiens, so we got to go back there in the Weekly 7. We're Canadiens podcast today. Do you guys see that Michael Hague, the Canadiens prospect and Michigan forward, has made the decision not to go pro and return to Michigan for his junior season, which is a little bit of a surprise. So Hague just turned 20 years old, could have joined the Habs this spring and be playing with them in the playoffs right now.
Yeah. Are you going to explain why? Like, does he give a reason? Okay, okay, sorry.
It seems clear. It seems clear that it was not the Canadiens' call for Hague to return back to school. They wanted him to turn pro. Yeah, either with the Canadiens or the worst case in AHL with the Laval Rocket. So here's agent Pat Brisson had this to say about the decision, Hague's agent. Taking another year is what Michael decided. Take on more leadership and continue to work on his physical and mental strength. It's a nice opportunity to win a championship next year with Michigan, so that's what he decided. Michael made the decision to go back, and a year from now, he should be even more ready, more mature on many levels. He'll be fine. He's only 20 years old. So Hague grew up in Toronto, but was a Canadiens fan as a younger kid. And there's been a lot about, like, his dad was a real big Canadiens fan and passed away, I think in an accident or something like that.
Terrible.
And so he's had to deal with that. He finished his sophomore season with the Wolverines, 5th in the NCAA in scoring with 51 points in 38 games. Also represented Canada in the 2026 World Juniors, led the tournament in scoring with 15 points.
Dude. So good.
And again, so I was curious if there's is there more to this story? So
No.
I did a bunch of digging. And
I was going to say his dad passing, and I think him wanting to be with friends and being back at university. Doesn't that answer it? I don't know.
Yeah, but probably because so I think Elliot Friedman gave the sort of clearest indication, and he had to say that Hague's camp and the Canadiens met for roughly a 3-hour dinner about 2 weeks before the decision, and they discussed all the possible paths forward. Friedman then said there was no reason to believe Hague is unhappy with the Canadiens, and no reason to think Montreal is unhappy with him either. So it sounds like he just wanted to go back to school.
You come on, man. You think about it. We're fathers of men as well, right? Young men. I would think my son would want to be as close with his friends as possible if I went to sleep forever. And being in a good environment, university and academic. It's cozy, right? Like you're at school, you're with your boys, you're in an educated environment. It's comfortable, it's familiar. I'm happy he made that decision. I could be totally wrong. Maybe he's just got a girlfriend there. Who knows?
It doesn't sound like it was a Cutter Gauthier thing, and again, his dad was a massive Habs fan, so I can't imagine he doesn't want to play there at some point. But
sounds like a mature decision for a kid that young.
Yeah, good. I'm happy.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, Montreal won't get Hague or Montreal collectors in the 26-27 chase. He'll have to wait till 27-28 products for his young guns. I feel bad. There's hardly any good prospects for Canadians to chase. So I don't know, should we have a moment of silence for them, or what do we need? I think they'll be just fine.
Poor guys, yeah.
So another story from moving on to topic number 6 in the Weekly 7. Did you guys see Blue Jackets coach Rick Bowness after their last game of the year?
Loved it.
Did he not hold back?
Who didn't see that? Yeah. You got an extension.
Do you think it stopped him from getting fired? Because he even mentioned it. Yeah.
So he's like 71. And I think when you're at that point in your career, you don't care. It's like, what are you going to do? Fire me? I've got enough money. I'll just retire and play golf and be happy. So following the Blue Jackets' season-ending 2-1 loss to the Capitals last Tuesday night, there were some comments from Coach Rick Bowness, and again, he didn't hold back. Here's what he said. Just look at the stat sheet. 3 hits, 23 giveaways. I don't know if I'm back, but if I'm back, I'm changing this culture. These guys, they don't care. Losing is not important enough to them. It doesn't bother them. How can you go out and play like that? This was the team's final game and their first since being eliminated from playoff contention the night before on Monday. Bowness wasn't done. He said, if they're not embarrassed by tonight, by that, then they're on the wrong team. I should have done this about a month ago, but this is why we are where we are. This is why we're out of the playoffs. That kind of effort. You have to hate losing. I don't care if it's a meaningless game. I don't care. Show up and compete. So we talked last week in the Weekly 7 about the Red Wings' late season collapse and their fall from a playoff spot. You could say the same for the Blue Jackets this year. They won only 2 of their last 11 games, going 2-8-1.
Ouch.
Yeah. Oh, and then because Bowness was on a roll, he kept going, talking about the collapse and categorized it as his team wilting under the pressure of the Eastern Conference playoff race. To that end, he went on to say, because it got tough, because it got hard, like we talked about after the Olympic break, it's going to get harder. So everything's good as long as it's going their way. And now, if it gets tough and we don't want to battle back, we're going to change that. Some of these guys are so lucky the season's over and there's no practice tomorrow.
Thanks for everybody.
Yeah. So again, he hadn't met with Columbus GM Don Waddle at the time, but what he did say, but he's the last thing was, if the players were told tonight that he's back, he says, we're changing this freaking culture. Pretty fired up coach. And again, he did get that extension. So, but if I'm a Blue Jackets fan, I love it. That's exactly what I want to hear.
Totally. 100%.
I think they gave him an extension. I think they did sign him.
Yeah, they did.
They did. Yep.
Phenomenal. And you're right, Josh. What does he care? He's like, yeah, fine. I don't give a crap. I'll go golf. My tomorrow's going to be great either way. You decide how yours is going to be.
If you're a 42-year-old coach, I don't know if you just get that old man, I don't give a crap anymore. Yeah. And the filter goes and you just say what's on your mind.
Rick Bowness, we're going to finish. Great. He was Ottawa's first coach. Yeah. We love him over here.
He was almost crying as he was saying that. I don't know if you watched him talk or just read it, but yeah, it was pretty emotional.
So they must think that the players will respond positively to that, or maybe the front office doesn't care.
Fearfully. Either way, it's results driven.
Okay, we're going to finish on, I think, kind of a fun note. It's kind of funny, but we're going to talk about the curse of Corey Perry. So after being traded to the Tampa Bay Lightning from the Kings this season, Corey Perry has the opportunity to make another cup run. If he does make the cup finals with the Lightning, and he could, they're definitely a favorite. It would mark the 6th time in 7 seasons that Corey Perry has played in the Stanley Cup Finals. The only recent season he didn't make it that far was in 23-24 when the Blackhawks, when his Blackhawks season didn't even make it to Mother's Day.
That's
dirty.
Good. That's
dirty,
good.
Josh.
Oh my God.
Why would you pick Mother's Day of all the days to reference?
Well, it's like into the spring, right?
I understand.
Yeah.
Here's the rub, no pun intended. Of 5 of the 6 times that Corey Perry has been in the finals, he's never won. He's 0-5. In baseball, we have the curse of the Bambino. Is Corey Perry hockey's great curse?
Stay tuned and find out.
It's gotta be
6 to 7 weeks. We'll let you know.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. He's such a jerk out there. Eh? Love him.
It's crazy though.
For better, for worse.
Slap Sharks is a Gongshow partner sponsor. Thankful for their support of our show. The current Slap Sharks weekly eBay auction is live. Ends this upcoming Thursday night. Head to slapsharks.com. Mark your favorites. Get those early bids in. More than 5,300 sports cards available this week in the Thursday night auction. It's another huge one from Slap Sharks. Some great cards too. I had to point out a couple that I just love. First of all, speaking of Nathan McKinnon, a 2013 Prism Spring Expo exclusive. Rookie PSA 10. That's a cracked ice prism as well. Don't see this one very often.
No, I've never seen this card. This is crazy. Yeah, if you, good listener, if you have any chance, if you're going to any card show, I mean, you will see it at the expo. Any Panini Prism especially the cracked ice. There is something magical about this card. It refracts like no other.
Another one is a Gretzky auto with that UD baby blue ink that we're all. This is from the cup. I think it's a gold foil out of 8. Very, very nice card. Did
Young
you see
Wayne.
the
Young Wayne on that too. Very young Wayne.
You see the Blast from the Past refractor too, Phil?
I did. Do we have a picture of it or no?
No, I just was going to
okay.
ask you.
Of the PSA 9, eh?
Yeah, it was an 8 or a 9. It was decently
Oh, it might be
centered,
an 8.
though.
I don't know. I think it's pretty nicely centered, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I got 5 of them. I'm good. Yeah.
It's such a
5
new
was
Phil,
what I wanted.
because I think last year Phil would have been like a ravenous wolf. You'd been like,
Yeah, 5 is hard. 6 would stress me out. 5 because I have 4 in the top loader book, and I have the 5th in a slab that I still have to crack. I don't mind if it's in there.
Well, the hobby will be happy because other people want that card too. So thank you for being magnanimous and letting that happen. Tons more good cards for you to choose from. If you haven't tried selling on Slab Sharks, we think you really should. Playoff time, great time to sell. The reason why the whole hobby, it seems, is buying and selling on Slab Sharks is very simple. Slab Sharks, number one, makes it super easy on sellers. You just print off the submission forms, write the number of cards you're sending in, box them up, sign it, the submission form, ship them in, and you're done. Just sit there, wait to get paid. Zero hassle for selling your cards on eBay yourself. Plus, your cards get listed in the biggest weekly hockey auction there is, so kind of a huge win-win scenario. And if you're an American hockey cards collector, congratulations. You make good choices. We've made it even easier for you. We partnered with Slab Sharks and are the official U.S. submission center, meaning we get the cards into the auction for you. You just ship them to us and don't have to worry about international shipping. For complete consignment info, including payout rates, to get the process started today, head to slabsharks.com. Hobby news!
Hobby news.
Ooh.
Oh, that was good. Hobby news.
Hobby news was that sounded like plug it in. Good job,
I
Savannah.
guess, yeah.
You got kind of a good singing voice, Savannah. Are you a good singer?
Oh, thank you. I'm okay at karaoke.
You could.
I'll
That's
bust out the
good, Louis.
karaoke.
You could do like hobbies and news, hobbies and news, right?
You know, Louis.
What is that?
Kibbles and
friends
bits. Kibbles
call
and bits.
me-
Bits and bits.
Louis' friends call me Hobby News.
They do.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Nice.
fun.
Nice.
That's good.
Can you sing real quick, like Savannah, like "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina"?
Yeah. Or like a virgin, touched for the very first time.
I can't. I not on the spot. No.
Are you asking him to
maybe
sing
another
or
time.
admit something?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Both,
Perpetual.
Louis. I want him to get in touch with himself through song. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, we yelled at Victoria to sing on the spot, and she busted out a ballad.
yeah.
Oh, you two could do like be the Sonny and Cher of the Gong Show and do like a nice duet.
Sure. Yeah.
So hot.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I could give 2 poops about football cards. I used to love the Vikings, and I'm not into football anymore. But I have been kind of obsessed following this whole Topps Chrome football release thing. Have you guys been following it at all?
Yeah, it's wild. It's crazy.
Oh my! When I saw the prices of the hobby boxes, it about took my breath away. I don't know how anyone affords to be a football collector.
No kidding.
It's just
It's like $1,000 a box now, eh?
way more.
What?
Wow.
So 2025 Topps Chrome Football is the first Chrome released by Topps since they got the NFL license back, right? So a lot of excitement and demand. And you got to keep in mind too, and this is where I think like it makes sense as hockey collectors for us to have this discussion. It's their Topps Chrome is their chromium product. So it'd be very equivalent to our O-Pee-Chee Platinum.
Okay.
Right now, a hobby box on Dave and Adams for 2025 Chrome Football is $1,300 US.
What's it regular?
God.
That's what it
what's
came
it
out.
regularly?
That's what it came out at. It's going to
So
go
what-
up.
Do we have a price of 2024? Or there
No,
wasn't
because
one,
it's
right?
the first year of Topps Chrome
First.
Football since they got the license back.
Okay. When did they lose the license?
It's been like 8-10 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so before COVID, so we
So a
can't.
lot
Yeah.
of course, a lot of excitement, right? But mind you, this is a hobby box where you get 1 auto, 14 base inserts, 2 numbered parallels, $1,300. A 12-box case costs $15,550 US. And again, these prices are only going to go up. Did you guys happen to see you know who Rob Veras is? He calls himself the Card Father, and I don't like when people call themselves like
You mean you don't when they're bigger than the thing they're in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, me neither.
You call
Josh.
yourself like the king of
Cards.
I'll give another example. Like, I'm not a big necessarily LeBron hater like most people are, but when you call yourself King James, it's like other people call you that stuff. You should never refer to yourself as the Card Father. Well, anyways, so if anyone hasn't seen it, go on to the Burbank Instagram profile, and he did a video, I think the day before release day. And he was saying that, well, first of all, how Fanatics is making the choice to a large degree, like, cut out their hobby shops with these releases, and that Burbank Sports Cards only got 3 cases of allocation, which for one of the bigger, most known local card shops in the U.S., that's a pretty tiny amount.
So where are they selling them?
Breakers. You know, like a lot of like direct relationships with breakers.
Wow.
So anyways, and this was very controversial. I want to see if you guys, because a lot of people had an issue with this. So what Rob said is that these boxes are going for $1,300. They're going up. We're going to sell our 3 cases based on our allocation price, because the allocation price at a card shop is always, that's where they make the most money. And then when they run out of their allocation, they have to go and buy back basically on the marketplace. And so like it would probably maybe cost them $1,100, and then that's why the price goes up and up and up. So they were able to sell their 3 cases at $600 a box. So we said the whole market's charging $1,300. We're going to sell ours at $600, but there's a catch. Because he's like, I don't want to, if I'm going to do this and sell it for half of what the going rate is, I want to sell it to collectors that are going to open and enjoy the box. So when you buy it from us for $600, we're going to break the seal, cut, take the shrink wrap off and cut the seal. And that's the condition, which made a lot of people very, very upset with them.
Why?
For doing that.
Why?
I don't really get it either, because and we're used to it at the expo. If you want to get the Upper Deck redemption packs, that's part of the gig. You buy a box at a certified diamond dealer with the diamond balloons at the table. Then you take it to Upper Deck. They take the shrink wrap off and cut the seal, and then they give you your redemption packs. Because people are saying, well, you don't have a right to alter, I guess, the box if we buy it for you. And his point is, going back to that, he's like, if I'm going to sell this he's like, I don't want to sell this for half a market for people just to come buy it and then flip it on eBay for double the money. He's like, then I might as well just charge $1,200 for it.
Yeah, I don't know. Isn't the main and only point is that he has the custody, 100% the custody of the current thing for sale. He can give it away for free or charge $3,000 a box if he wants. He can do what he wants. So if you want to buy it from Burbank, that's their deal for you.
If you want it at half the market rate and you're a true collector, I can't imagine why you'd have a problem with this.
Why? Back with the true. Listen, there's lots of true. Is California?
Or if you really want to open, sorry, if you really want to open it, I actually think it's a pretty good idea.
Forget the terms. He wants to sell it to who he feels he wants to sell it to. And that's what he's doing when he decides it's a yes. I don't have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're going to find.
Yeah, I mean, either.
What is the expert
price?
say? I mean, come on, get out of here. It's ridiculous. Wait a minute, Kip, hold on. When you're saying allocation price, are you saying cost? Are you saying most of the shops got it at cost and it's at $600, but the universal price that they're selling it's at $13? Is that what you're saying?
It's when you have if you're a card shop.
Yes.
The cheapest you'll ever get boxes is from your direct relationship with the card manufacturer. So if you're a hockey, CDD, certified diamond dealer, it's your relationship with Upper Deck. If you're selling Fanatics products, it's your relationship with them. So they got, maybe those hobby boxes cost $300 a piece, and they're selling them for $600 and probably making good money.
Are we still talking about Topps Chrome?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's the price of Topps Chrome everywhere else, Josh?
It's $1,300 and climbing.
Okay, so it's $1,300. So are we aware of the the cost of that is only 600? That's my question.
No, I was about to. You cut me off. I was explaining that to you, right?
Oh, okay,
so
sorry.
your initial allocation, let's say he got for $400, $300 to $400, and he sold it for $600. He got 3 cases. So those are gone. Now he's like, well, my customers want to buy Topps Chrome, so now I got to go back to distributors and do a rebuy. That rebuy now is where he originally got them for, let's say, $300, $400, $500 a box, is now $1,000, $1,100, $1,200 a box. That's a big reason why it's not always just hobby shops deciding to triple their price on stuff that they bought really cheap. It's that when they run out, when they go back to get more supply, the costs have tripled on it somewhere.
And Phil, you asked, like, is that their cost? It's not necessarily their cost. It's their cost plus their margin on that product based on their purchase directly from the manufacturer.
Okay.
And again, I don't love to bring these up because it doesn't, in my mind, I don't love to bring it up to try to make the point that we should be happy as hockey card collectors that like 24, 25 platinums, $400 a box. And that people don't have a right because the percentage and how quickly the price is going up in hockey too. I understand that completely. It does make me kind of glad I don't collect football cards though, because I don't even know how I would exist in that $1,200 or $1,300 in a box where you're gonna get. That's kind of like a flagship-y type. I mean, it's.
Well, it did happen. I mean, that's
Yeah.
A lot of my questions were based on ratios and percentages going up. If
yeah.
Listen, I'm grateful for today, but if you don't think this is a cautionary tale, my friend.
Well,
But I'm also like,
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I'm grateful that hockey cards are Upper Deck produced because when you mentioned earlier, a lot of the allocation went to breakers. And with Upper Deck, it's not going to breakers; it's going to hobby shops, and hobby shops might have breakers at their shops, but you're not going to see backyard
It's not
breaks
going directly from Upper Deck to the big.
Yeah.
Somebody did send me the first pre-sale or not. I don't know if it's first, but current pre-sale information for 25, 26 O-Pee-Chee Platinum. And it's like 40% more than 24, 25 pre-sold at. So, I mean, everything's climbing.
So yeah, I'm very grateful for today that we're in hockey, but
you're right. There's a little bit of buckle up kind of mentality to all this. The other story that I found around the world, the hobby world, is it's another GameStop story. I haven't talked about them in a while, but they're delving deeper into trading card business. They launched their digital repack service over this week called Power Packs. It's very similar to other like Arena Club and these sort of where you buy it online and then it opens they're all graded by PSA, and then you can either have the card sent to you or they do an immediate buyback. The odds are always kind of changing on it. So it's a very not like our Repack and Reloaded where we do 150 boxes, physical cards. That's it. It's like, it's kind of constantly living organism, so to speak. And the range is $25 on the low end to $1,000 on the high end. I did check it out. Didn't buy it. There's no hockey or anything, and so wouldn't really care. I think they're doing football, baseball, basketball, and Pokemon, which I guess makes sense. I'll say the one thing about it: they do give you a value grid that shows you like your percentage, like your odds of hitting what value card. So I think a little bit of transparency, that's a good thing, but not the type of repack that interests me, but to each their own. And again, I think it's worth bringing up as it demonstrates you got another big public company that is going deeper and deeper into trading cards, and just another of the many signs in the past year of how much this hobby's growing. So
yeah, I like to see signs that it's growing. I don't like this decision. I'm not like, this is too gambly for me. Online gambling, the hobby's already gambly enough as it is, and like when you're adding digital gambling to it, I don't know. It's just I'm not a fan.
I really struggle.
Everything's changing. Everyone's trying different things.
That's true.
It sticks. It sticks.
I'm very libertarian in the sense that I have a hard time like drawing the line between what's gambling and what's not gambling. going to your local card shop and buying a box, that's not gambling. Buying a single on eBay, that's not gambling.
Is it your responsibility to care what I'm doing with my money, though? That's the biggest argument. What about the
Yeah, I
kids?
guess.
What about the kids?
It's-
Oh, dude, stop. What about the kids who died making your cell phone? Stop. Like, get
I
over
mean,
it.
it's the addictive nature of it. You know, I mentioned this. I'm a big gamer, and in the 2010s, like there was a lot of gambling in video games with microtransactions, and that officially got regulated, and it's way better now. You can still do it, but it was really, really bad.
Our
And
industry-
it caused a lot of addiction.
Our hobby is going to try and make, just like grading, just like everything is going to try and squeeze as much juice out of everything that is left until regulation comes.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? I would. We're
Yeah.
trying.
Yeah.
We're trying to make money. There's an unregulated business, but we're trying to do it ethically and wholeheartedly. And when regulation comes, we'd like to be the model. That's kind of what our thing is, right? So
Yep, that's a great point.
I think this is a great time for people to be cowboys. Go GameStop, go launch all the digital repacks you want. We never will, because it's not because we feel we're better. We're not built that way. I wasn't raised that way. You weren't raised that way. We're not wired that way. And we all met now, and we want to inject good, full of good integrity business, good, wholesome, reasonable pricing, good products. Yeah, man. I want all the bad business to keep coming, because it makes us really stand out. I'm all for it.
For me, it's just when it borders on predatory, that like an addictive.
What's predatory though? The lack of accountability is destroying the fabric of this entire world. What is predatory? Marketing, advertising. Every commercial you see on television is a predatory act.
Yeah.
Who draws the line? Who is the moral righteous one to draw the line in the sand and say, yes, you're okay, no, you're not? Who is that?
Yeah, no, that's a good point, but
you do make a good point, Sylvan, but we're all, and it's not a counter, it's just more talking around it. And we have these big decisions to make. We're going to start a breaking business soon, right? And we don't want to hurt people at all. We want it to be a positive for the hobby. I've been in hobby shops, and I'm being very stereotypical and watching people that if I had to bet my house are not millionaires, max out their credit cards on hobby boxes. Like, they just can't stop, right? Going back. And so, you know, like, it's, if you're addicted to cards, you're going to feed that addiction in many ways. I also like think of these instances like if you owned a bar, right? I would never be opposed to owning a bar, but if somebody was obviously like wanting like their 10th shot of Bacardi 151, at that point you might step in and say, maybe not.
So
that
happens. That happens 100 times a day at all the bars, all the time. And I don't see anybody in the bar industry hobby with signs out front saying, be more responsible. You know, like, we have laws set in place. We have, like, stop taking advantage of low disciplined people and giving them beer during the day when they should be working. I've never seen a sign that says that. Never.
There isn't a legal drinking age though.
I understand, but I'm talking about it. It is because we're in our hobby. This kids thing, this breakers are ruining it. This high price of boxes. I agree. The high prices of boxes suck. I don't know. It does suck, but to go as far and pull at straws, I'm sorry. That's what I'm going to say, is that we have to worry about the kids and predatory tactics and gambling addictions. This is the Mickey Mouse of gambling addictions, right? Drugs and alcohol actually can kill you. And I haven't seen many families and extended families destroyed by a maxed out credit card of sports cards. I have seen and personally seen families and extended families destroyed by alcoholism and drug use and
actually
a bookie will take your $85,000 bet.
Right.
A card store probably is not going to sell you 85 grand worth of cards in one shot when you're like scratching your face and, you know, it's very different. I'm not trying to belittle it. I'm really not. I'm saying in the grand world of reality, okay, it's the bottom of how serious some people are taking it. And that's why I'm leaning on accountability, because it's not like a DNA atom in your head. Like, I can't stop, man. It's my disease. It's not alcoholism. It hasn't been proven in a lab. Get more discipline. I know it's not that simple. I know I'm being harsh. I'm just
no. I actually want to comment here too, because I agree kind of with what you're saying, and it's like, again, it doesn't excuse businesses though from being ethical. Like in our breaks, like if we notice somebody in the chat saying, "Oh my gosh, I bought so many of your breaks that I can't pay my mortgage," then we're gonna stop selling that person spots. We're just gonna be like,
yes, thank you for letting us know.
Thank you for letting us know. But that being said, though, this hobby, the spectrum of sort of people and first of all, it's like, what is my, and you mentioned this earlier, Phil, where is my role as an adult? I don't want anybody telling me how to spend my money. I mean, you want to get on my bad side quick, then you butt into my personal life. I don't like that, right? The other side of that is there's Benjamin B people in this hobby that could spend $100,000 on break spots and not be a big deal. I don't know what, it's impossible to tell in many cases, like if somebody's making a responsible decision for their financial well-being, right?
So I don't even know why this is not our, man. I don't, maybe something happened along the way. This is, where in the world did this type of thinking come into play? I want to work hard. I want to make a business, and I want people to spend money at my business.
Of course.
Full stop. Anything after that is a luxury and going above board to be a good citizen. And we're already saying that, right? I bartended for almost 20 years. There's real life out there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if your life has been ruined and you have a card buying addiction problem. I really am. I don't understand things I don't do. So I have drank a lot in certain parts of my life. I chose to stop. I had to stop, right? Other things, let's not go there. But you have to, at what point do you let the individual fall? Okay, you have a card buying problem? Well, I guess you do. Yeah. Sorry, I guess you do.
And when you said earlier that this is the Mickey Mouse of gambling addictions, I have a small anecdote where a hobby shop owner I know was like, my customer actually buys, I don't know, $500 to $1,000 a day worth of product. And he's like, you've saved me from losing my family from gambling $10,000 a day. So, I mean, he actually downgraded his addiction, but now it's at a budget where he can afford, and he's still having fun. He's still getting that dopamine rush that he's arguably addicted to, but it's at a smaller scale that's not destroying his family.
You're not destroying your septum. Your kidneys and livers are good. Right. Your heart rate is up in a good way, usually, right? Everything else is I find discipline and accountable oriented. And I have a real hard time having sympathy for those things. I just do. Listen, I don't know.
There does seem to be a lack of self-accountability, because you never hear about the people complaining about or mentioning how many, they say that, well, like breaking or repacks or whatever is, or grading or whatever you want to kind of put the spotlight on as ruining the hobby or so addictive or as gambling. But how many people go broke buying singles on eBay? I probably just as many people that do it gambling, right? And why is that not addictive? Why is that never talked? Because it's the collector being accountable, and nobody ever wants to do that. And all the hobby, we want to make a life in this hobby. We love it so much. We want it to be our profession, and we're going to create good business. How we're going to manage all these ethical questions is by what we've always done from the minute we started the Gong Show. We're going to take the longest term view.
Yep.
Always caring for the hobby, caring for our customer, never ever prioritizing short-term gains over long-term value.
Never.
Ever. Like we'll never. I've never done that 1 second of this. I've made nothing in 4 years. I mean, that's the proof I can take.
I don't run my real life business that way. No.
I've got the same approach too. Yeah.
It's very important, man. Very important. I don't want the last half of my life to be full of stress and anxiety. Half of it's over. I need the next half to go as good as possible in the best environment. If I can make a moderate living with hockey cards, hang out with my friends, and do good business. Nothing, my hedge trimming business and my tree cutting business, nothing brings me a better day than when everything goes smooth and I don't have to make millions of dollars, just a reasonable amount. And I provided a good service. Customer waves goodbye. They shake my staff's hand. I am rich beyond belief on a regular Tuesday that went smooth. I don't need, if my daily rate's 2,500 for one truck, if my boys only did 2,000 worth of work, I give 500 back every time. And you know why? Because that family knows other people on the street. They have other family members. It has always worked out to my favor in the long term. And that's exactly what you said, Josh. Short term does nothing for me. I can have lots of fun short term by myself really quick. I want to spend it where it's important with the right people. And that includes good business to get there.
I'm probably taking a lot of people off, but I'm sorry.
I think we all are. Yeah.
The other reason where I think we're all, and I throw myself in this too, where we're all a little bit hypocritical, is, you know, we want to complain about nobody likes how much boxes are, nobody likes cost, nobody wants to feel that there's anything predatory. But how many hobbyists that bought a year ago today a Macklin Celebrini raw Young Guns for $100, spent $30 to get it graded, and just sold it for $2,000? Said, wait a minute, I'm going to give you $1,000 back on this because I just 20x'd my money, and that's predatory. Is that happening?
No.
Is there a big
good point? Yeah.
You know, so when it works in our benefit, we're all good with it, right? When we feel like it's costing us more, we're all mad as hell, and we're not going to take it anymore.
Good point. Yep.
I don't know. We should probably move on, but again, just
that was I didn't. No, but I hope that.
I'm not trying to be on a soapbox, but I think though that, you know, part of the show and part of our journey that I've always wanted the show to be is to let people behind the curtain, right? I mean, these are common. We're having this conversation, and Louis, you can chime into wherever you want to about building our lives in this hobby, and you know, we want to be good citizens. We want to be ethical. We want to. We're not bad people. Yeah,
we have a repack. Listen, we did it. I have full anxiety at the beginning. I was like,
you're a little anxious.
I was very anxious. I kind of felt like, you know, how am I supposed to make money off the thing I love? Like, that's why I don't prospect Senators. I mean, the Pinto thing's a joke. That's why when I bet big on hockey in my 20s and 30s, I never bet on the Sens. Never. And those were easy. Some games were easy. I don't know. I can't mix business with pleasure. Never have, never will. Finally, I've been able to. Our Reloaded, I am so proud of that. I am so proud of our repacks. I don't even care if there's ever a mistake. And you know what? Let's say we accidentally put a $5 card in one of it. And one of the people who got it's like loses it, makes a post on social media. Gongshow's trying to rip me off. I can't believe it. I would love to be the guy to fix that. You just go into that calm. Dude, I'm sorry. I'll tell you what happened. We made a mistake. We're human. It's no big deal.
Here's your money back.
Here's your money back. Here's your money back. Here's a coupon for free. I don't give a crap about, because I can sell anything if I believe in it. I can sell Coffee Mate. I can sell hedge trimming. I can sell tree cutting down. I can fell a tree.
Coffee Mate.
If I believe in it, I will sell it. And not only will I sell it, I will fight for you and die for you if I believe in it strong enough. Like, that's how I'm wired, right? I love our repack, Josh. I'm so excited to do breaks. You know why? Because we're going to put our stank on it. It's going to have the Gongshow flair. And if we make a mistake, that's okay. I know Louis or Josh or Grant, one of us is going to fix it. And I worry about other brake companies that they don't fix their problems sometimes. So I'm excited to be the guy with the guys that don't do that. That's why I'm jacked up.
The only opinion I care about is the person that's staring at me in the mirror at the end of the night. And, you know, if I can go to bed saying I worked hard today, I was a good citizen of my hobby, I treated people well, I worked hard for myself and my family, and if I can go to bed with a happy and clean conscience, then I'm good, right? And so for all these companies, you know, I don't know if digital repacks are good or bad, right? It may, whether or like where the line is. I don't know how much a hobby box should cost. And at the end of the day, you know, it's so cliche, but it's just the truth. We're like broken records. It all comes back to you vote with your wallet. at the point where you think that something crosses a line, and we've all had this, right? Where we just stop buying it, right? It's like I was out of, I don't buy a lot of seller. I love Macklin Sabrini. I love some of his cards. It's just not worth $40,000 to buy a Cup RPA to me.
It's all perspective too, right? Everything we could have been saying, there's probably a good chunk of people who are like, listen to these hypocrites. And there's people that agree with us, and it's all perspective, vantage point of your worldview. And I think we're doing pretty good so far. And I feel like we have a lot of like-minded middle-aged men. And that's kind of who our target audience is.
When we have each other too, if any of us get off the tracks a little bit, we have each other to kind of pull. That's part of like being the collective that we are. So if you guys have feedback on this, and I'm sure a lot of people disagree, and that's okay. Our show is not about agreeing.
It's okay to disagree. Yeah, that's a really good thing.
All right. Okay.
None of us had to been reeled back yet, in the group, but it's nice to know that if ever I fall off the rails, you guys are here to
people have come at me pretty hard. Josh and Louis have had to defend me a little bit. Josh a couple years ago too, a few years ago. That's okay. I can defend myself very well, and I'll always land on my feet. But it is nice sometimes when I don't have to swing at the fast pitch, and someone's like, Phil, I'll go hit for you. I'm like, thank you. For once, thank you.
Right.
You put yourself out there in any capacity, doing a podcast, putting yourself on YouTube, launching a repack, launching a breaking business, other stuff that we're going to do that we have planned. And I actually, maybe I'm lucky in this regard where I kind of relish it because I love proving people wrong. Like, and some people have said that they're really disappointed in us that we're starting Gongshow Breaks. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to prove you wrong to the best of my ability. Maybe it'll never succeed, but I can't how someone feels. But if you want to see somebody do it the most ethical, honest, transparent way possible, that's why we picked the partner we did in Grant, because we believe that he's best in class in how he approaches the business. And you have to, to go for anything big in your life, I think you have to accept that and to put yourself out there that you're not going to satisfy. It's not a game of making everybody happy. It's that person in the mirror at the end of the night. That's who you're really trying to be at peace with.
You want to hear a funny story? A couple years ago, maybe even a bit longer, somebody who listens to the show out in BC, I believe, bought a break in a spot in a Grant's Breaks. Grant accidentally mailed the wrong card, and this gentleman hit like $1,000 card.
Ooh.
And Grant mailed him, of course, like a $50 couple of 3 or 4 cards. He reached out to Grant. Grant apologized and said, mail back the cards, yada yada, I'll get you the card, I'm so sorry. About 3 weeks passed and he didn't get his card. And I guess he called the shop a couple of days in a row, but I knew something was going on at the shop. I think it was a Montreal show. Something. I'm like, the shop's number is Grant's phone, and if they're not answering, you're okay. Like, this was over email. And he goes, well, I don't know, man. He was kind of, I kind of feel like I'm getting the runaround and blah, blah, blah. I said, look, when it's all said and done, how long's it been? So he gave me, it wasn't even a month. I said, okay. The card's coming. If you can't get a hold of Grant, I said, I'll get back to you. A couple of days passed. He emailed back again, and he let me know that he is a police officer, and he will escalate this to the level that needs escalating if he doesn't get in it. This email escalated to the level I was like, oh my God. I called Grant. Grant said, I mailed him his card a few days ago. I don't know. I maybe don't respond. I never responded. The next day, I got an email back saying, all good, brother. The card's here. You're top notch and the whole bit. So all I'm saying is emotions can go from 0 to 1 billion. Like, you're telling me that you're a police. Listen, and don't get mad at me. There's lots of good police officers. Most are. I'm sure he is too. But just the fact that he had to flex that, my point is how emotional this hobby can make us. If it can even make a police officer feel like that and have to flex his career on a break spot, come on, man. Where I have to defend a Toronto guy and I live in Ottawa, we're in a very unique thing, and there are so many characters.
Well, it's the passion thing, and it makes the hobby great, and it also makes it not so great at times. Like, you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Correct.
Right? It's like for some reason, we have this like crazy, probably obsession with these cardboard pictures of sweaty men, kind of thing going on, and it causes us to be completely irrational at times. And you just there's byproducts to that.
It's bonkers. It's Sylvain, you're on mute as usual. Yeah.
Sylvain?
Oh, he still doesn't know. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tells you.
Really?
No.
Oh, come
on. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's because when your mic's on, we hear things in the background, right? So I guess you're muting it.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
Is there like a circus in your neighborhood or what?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, there's a jam happening next door. So I was going to say, there's also the first time jitters, first time submitting to Slab Sharks, first time submitting for grading, first time buying it in a break. If one small thing goes wrong, your mind goes to catastrophe, and it's like, oh my God, I got ripped off. Oh my God, it's like, is it supposed to take this long? Is there a delay for this? And I find, because it's so passionate, if you try something for the first time in this hobby and there's a hiccup, you immediately go to worst case scenario.
And it's not efficient.
Sometimes it does.
Yeah, like when you go, let's say you work in efficient circles at your career job, and then you go to ComC and try and do something. You're like,
great point.
What the hell is going on here?
Point.
You know? Yeah. And then you're like, ComC is like one of the leading trading platforms. You're like rubbing your temples. You're like, how have they gotten away with
bar's
this?
low.
All like, I don't know, bro. You know, and then you see how eBay people are shielding. You're just like, you're stressing. Of course, there's no regulation. It's a cowboy thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
That's a great point.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's
yeah,
but it makes us all feel alive.
Yeah.
Right? What is life? It's full of emotion, right? We don't want to float through life. We want to go through the highs and the lows. All of it. And that's what the hobby gives you.
Yeah. If you have the right mindset as a business and the right approach, you can never be hurt by a mistake, right? The goal is to never make a mistake. You never want to put your customer through a negative situation. Nobody ever wants to do that. But when mistakes happen, it becomes a giant opportunity to actually demonstrate something to your customer that you never could by having whatever deal go down perfectly. You have the opportunity to jump on it, to own it, and to make it right. And what I found is that that's how you gain customers and loyalty for life, right? Yeah. And that's always been my approach in business, is that if we screw up, we're going to own it and acknowledge it and apologize. And then we're going to aggressively work to rectify the situation and make you feel good as a customer. And that's all we can do. And if that doesn't satisfy you, then I guess you should do your business somewhere else.
And we're so excited. Like, you know, I'm so excited to get this done. And it's just another, it's not anything life-changing for any one of us, but it's a step. The breaking is adding a step. The reloaded repacks is a step, right? Go to our checklist website. That's another little step that adds up. All these little steps add up to hopefully a good, a good club sandwich with fries and a little milkshake for dessert. I'm happy. Then I can move on.
All right. Good talk. New product releases brought to you by Gongshow friend and partner GP Sport Cards and Total Sport Cards. We have yet another big release this Wednesday, 2025-26 Metal Universe Hockey. You can get your boxes in store at Total Sport Cards to hunt those Matthew Schaefer PMGs, or maybe get some boxes delivered to your doorstep anywhere in Canada via their website, totalsportcards.com. If you're looking to get in on the action at Grant's next breaks, you can get your spots now at gpsportcards.com for this Wednesday night's YouTube breaks that are live on the GP YouTube channel. And then lastly, Grant buys collections every single day. Follow his Instagram. You'll see people they know that he's the collection buyer. And if you want to maybe sell your collection, reach out to their shop in Etobicoke or message them on Instagram and set up time for him to look at what you got. Okay. Very, very excited. One of my favorite products of the year comes out on Wednesday from our good friends at Upper Deck with the release of 2025-26 Metal Universe. As a huge metal fan, big one for me. I should mention we plan to have Billy Celio from Upper Deck on Thursday's show to talk about the new product. Ooh, today, though, as a preview, we're going to highlight some of the card designs from the checklist. And as Phil just mentioned a minute ago, You can see the complete checklist right now on hockeychecklist.com, which is the worst business ever. I put so much time into that. I'm tempted to say how much money I made last month, but it's beyond pathetic.
I hate it when we talk about money. I don't want to talk about money stuff.
I only talk about money in the most disparaging.
That is true. That is accurate. Yeah.
$113. Okay. It's a true story.
Well, do you want what? Pity parties suck, man. No, I work so much.
I'm
You make so little.
laughing. Don't feel sorry for me.
Different faucets, right? Like that.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I love that checklist. I don't care if it makes money. It's no big deal. Okay. The base set, veterans, 100 players on the checklist. Okay.
Wow,
all current vets. There's no legends on the checklist. There's one parallel outside of the PMGs, which we're going to talk about in a minute. There's the Purple Spectrum FX out of 199. What do you guys think about the base design this year? Do you like it?
I like it. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like the arrow thing at the bottom.
Yeah, it looks.
What's that? Like,
video
what does that
game.
mean?
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. I don't know. It looks very Wolfenstein-y or
Looks like
Wolfenstein?
it looks gamey to me, like a video game.
Oh, up, down, left, right, like old
Yeah,
classic thing.
exactly. But in diagonal.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then rookies, there's 50 players on the checklist, all the big names. Again, aside from PMGs, there's one parallel, the Purple Spectrum FX out of 199. Then we have the PMG parallels. Now, these are for both vets and rookies. I can't wait to ask Billy about this, but the numbering system changed again on PMGs.
Oh, yeah.
So red are actually out of 100, I guess, in the base. You know how like they were always numbered out of 100, but the first 90 were the red, and then the first 10 were the green, and then the last 90 were the red. So apparently for base, the reds are really out of 100. Then you have blues that are really out of 50. And then there's a whole hot box thing where there's going to be boxes that each pack has a blue PMG. Greens are really out of 10, and the golds are 101. Now, to make it even more confusing, there are 2013 retro inserts. Those are like the more comic book style ones. Those use the traditional PMG numbering format.
Oh, no. Okay.
So take that for what it is. Okay.
No 97 retros?
No 97, 98 retros this year.
Okay.
What do you think of the PMG design? Is there too much going on, or what?
I will forever only like the PMGs that are PMGs to me from 2012, 13. Yeah. 12, 13 is the last year that we saw. They called them. Was there a copy of that in the 2020? They just called it retro.
They've had every year since 2020, 21, 22, 23, and 24.
So I love the card design. They're not like, if I could buy them all for $5 each, I'd be all over them. Love the design, but that's not what they're going for. That's the biggest card I have to say no to people. They all have a Brady Tkachuk green.
Oh,
they all have, and they're like, no, it's a PMG. I'm like, that's a PMG for you, maybe, but
yeah. Okay, on the inserts, there's 18 total insert sets and 25, 26 metal. I picked out 5 to highlight. And some are new, some are old. Again, you can see them all on hockeychecklist.com. The first one is a cut above. There's 30 players on the checklist. Overall odds are 1 in 267 packs. It's a die cut, like table saw vibe to it. Mostly vets, but there are a few rookies. So there's Zeev Bium, Matthew Schaefer, Jimmy Snuggerud, Gabe Perreault, and then Ivan Demidov. Thoughts on this one? Looks like some foil, like rainbow foiling on it.
It's like a buzzsaw, kind of.
Yeah.
A table saw.
Yeah.
It looks like
I
wouldn't put it in the top loader upside down. That's for sure.
No. Yeah, it might be a little. You might want to
kidding.
Slit the edge of the penny sleeve to get this one
totally.
in.
I saw Grant try to put not the liquid gold. What's the melted steel, or what's the one that we thought was going to be like?
Wave of the Future.
Yeah. I saw Grant on camera. It took him like 40 seconds.
You always get a lot of die cuts in metal as far as inserts. So this is one set where it helps to be somewhat of a die cut fan. Another die cut, I think this one's really interesting. It's called Brush Off. And I think this will come down to whatever technology they use and how it looks in hand. But it's like somebody had a paintbrush and they just like did a blob somewhere. Okay. 30 players on the checklist, a couple rookies again, Zeev Bium, Beckett Seneca, and Artem Levshinov. And again, 1 in 267 pack odds. What do you think of Brush Off, guys?
Just like the one from before, I think I'd have to see it in hand, like you just mentioned. But yeah, it's different.
Anything
Are
to
you
say,
waiting
Phil?
for me to answer? Yeah, I need to see these cards in person. It's hard to tell with the pictures. Yeah. I generally like a 3.5 by 2.5 card.
Yeah,
I'm not a
I know.
big.
Here's one, a 3.5 by 2.5, that a new one that I'm pretty excited about. And again, it's going to come down to what it's in hand. Looks like in hand, but it's called Copperheads. And 50 players on the checklist. 1 in 120 pack odds. So it makes the individual odds to a player like McDavid here in our example, 1 in 6,000 packs. And I think if done right, that this card could look really, really cool.
I'm thinking Billy got a deal on the color Titian for his clear cards and his we're gonna call this one copper. He's got the same deal with like technical
Titian.
brown seismic gold there. Yeah.
Isn't it hilarious?
It's a type of snake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how it's a double entendre. It's a copper card and there's a snake in the background. And
if there's good texture to this card and like really like good foiling in it, I think it can be really cool.
It'd be cool if the scales came out like a dark matter type of, like a dark matter type of card.
I think most metal cards need to be seen in person.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is another kind of iconic metal card that's getting a huge refresh, I guess, is Platinum Portraits. So this is the one that's usually the gray, kind of the slate gray card where they do the tiny little dot die cutting and make a picture of the player's head. This is not the little dots. It's more colorful. Looks like it, but it's very die cut. And boy, I bet you could wreck this card pretty easy if it's more of a cardboard technology. But it is also and it's a little bit like you have to look at it at the right angle. Like if you look at it one way, it sort of doesn't seem to be much. But if you turn your head another way, it's like, oh my gosh, that's a pretty clear picture of Ovi's face. I kind of like these.
I reminds me of like the Three's Company intro a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Three's still up for me.
If you look at the OR between the P and the T on the port, that's where I can really like my eyes click on its OV. Like, oh, okay. But then I look away and I'm like, I'm dizzy. It's unique. I need it to grow on me.
Same, I think. Yeah. And I love to see it in person. A broken record.
I think though that sometimes like when cards do grow on you, that's almost the funnest cases. And I'm not saying this one will on everyone or how to hold up, but 1 in 1,200 pack odds, 20 players on the checklist. So any individual player is 1 in 24,000 packs. So very, very tough. Mostly vets in the 20 players, but there are 2 rookies. There is a Demidov and a Schaefer, which I'm sure those 2 will go for a little bit. The last one I wanted to bring up is another mainstay card in metal. It's in every metal universe. It's the Skybox Premium Prospects. It's a rookie card. There's 30 players on the checklist. Base are 1 in 5 packs, but it's the parallels though that always make this card special. And some years, in my opinion, have been better than others. But the Star Rubies out of 50 is one of those sort of legacy cards that has some hobby cachet to it, and based even on the 2-dimensional screen pictures. I'm hopeful on this design that this could be a really cool card in hand. And then there's a Star Emeralds out of 10, and then a Star Diamonds, I think, is a 101 or out of 5, something like that. 101.
I'd be hesitant.
There's no auto?
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, there is an auto version of Parallel, yeah.
Okay.
I'd be hesitant on making too many all bright ruby red style cards. It just anything... I immediately will never like anything more than I like a red outburst. So I would maybe put a thick black border right away on the bottom of this card and outline the what does it say? Premium prospects. Yeah. I would outline. I would change the top to bottoms, left to right, full of red. I would just stay away from that. That's red outburst territory now. From a design, I mean, what do I know? I'm not a
or PMG too. Kind of has that very red vibe to it.
Well,
than
I'm staying away from that for different reasons. I like every year they should get rid of all the PMGs, make the PMGs only one style, what they were, pick different players every year, never do the big boys every 5 or 10 years. You can immediately put
if you only did rookies as an example, then you never repeat it.
Pick one, yeah. And one design, no parallels. Have your gold, sure, whatever. Have your gold PMG, but red, green, blue. That's it. You instantly will increase the value of that set immediately. Less is more, way more.
Okay, we'll move on to autos now. So autos in 25-26 Metal Universe come in two forms. There's vets and rookies base autos, and then there's auto parallels of the insert. Again, we'll highlight a few from the checklist. You can see them on hockeychecklist.com. And as most like insert and parallel driven products, the autos are sticker autos in metal. And so for some of these, I would probably prefer the non-autoed version, but there are some very nice ones too. So for base autos, veterans are 1 in 80 packs. There are super short prints: Kopitar, McDavid, Connor Garland, a little random.
Where'd that
Jack
come from?
Hughes, Shane Wright, and Draisaitl Makar. Then there's parallels. There's a green out of 10, and we're looking at the gold 101. That's a nice looking card, actually.
It would be an incredible card without that auto. Will there be a non-auto version? Or no?
No, there's just the FX out of 199 of this. That's non-auto. There's not a gold.
Okay. Great cards. I mean, spaceships, math. Come on. That's great.
Then you have rookie auto, base autos, 1 in 60 packs. And I think the next picture that's the base auto there. The super short prints are Ben Kindle, Braden Coots, and Matthew Wood. Parallels are green out of 10 and gold 101 again. Now we're on to a couple insert autos that I just picked. You have Championship Galaxy. And these give you, again, because mostly these are parallels of inserts. So picture the insert as just without the auto. Pretty tough odds, 1 in 600 packs. Kopitar is a super short print. 16 players on the checklist. You got Makar and Kucherov are probably the biggest names. Then Lethal Weapon auto, overall 1 in 600 packs. This cool. Reminds me of like the double helix a little bit, technology a little bit.
So they're not going to get in trouble for that? Isn't that like a movie? That's a movie series? Like that's...
Well, Lethal Weapon?
No, if you go back to the first Metal Hockey release, you had the Lethal Weapon superpowers back in the 90s. Those are great cards.
I don't even remember that card. Well,
I don't remember that either, yeah.
13 players on the checklist includes short prints: Bedard, Quinnesota, Cale Makar, Mikko Rantanen, Nick Suzuki. Lunar Cycle is that? Phil probably like this one.
Yeah, that sounds good.
1 in 600 pack odds. 21 players on the checklist. Includes short prints, super short prints. Super short prints are Kopitar, Sergei Bobrovsky, Sam Reinhart, Leon Draisaitl, Nikita Kucherov, and Roman Josi.
Listen, these last few inserts look A1.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Very, very exciting.
When you do like the cycle with the word, like it says lunar cycle at the bottom, and the cycle is sort of the moon crest, it reminds me of like a pagan kind of writing a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay, here's what to expect in a box of 25-26 Metal Universe. You get 1 autograph or PMG card. I'm hoping for the PMG, but auto lovers can get their auto too. 1 additional chase card, 1 numbered parallel card, 2 Outer Limits cards, 5 Fresh Foundation, Championship Galaxy, Lunar Cycle, or All Galactic Team cards, 5 Skybox Premium Prospects, Circle Button, or Lethal Weapon cards, and 15 base set rookies. Pre-sale pricing right now, remember this comes out on Wednesday, so in the US it's $199 US. In Canada, Grant Shop, get it right now, totalsportcards.com, $170 Canadian plus tax.
Wow.
So
that's
Grant
a great price.
Difference.
Nice.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah. Good job by you, Grant. Overall thoughts in Metal and what you've seen this year. You on board?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
At that price point, man, I think Metal might be my new box of choice here.
Metal's become a good value. Even 24.25 is still good value.
Oh, yeah.
I love opening that set. Yeah. Yeah. Big
Even
fan.
the Bedard year wasn't crazy. Like, I think it launched at like 180 Canadian.
Yeah.
I feel like the double helix in EX should have been in a card like Metal. You know, that Lethal Weapon card or the one before it, that reminded me of, I bet you those, that's the Light Years card? The 9.14, I don't know, it does the Light Years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a
that
Metal
is
card, right?
Is that's a metal card too, right?
Well, these are all
sure
in
it
the
is.
Gene McLeod family tree.
I
They're all-
know. Yeah, I'm
Space.
so excited. Yeah.
Louis,
Yeah, we're
hop
good.
on and let us know what you think about metal.
Yeah.
I like half of them, to be honest.
That was another Baba Louie Hobby hot take.
Louis, the children, come on, the kids are watching.
Okay,
Covered
okay,
it
no,
up.
well, sorry. Well, joke's over. What's your real thought? No, I'm curious what you.
I think you purposely picked a lot of the ones that I wasn't gonna like because I looked at the other ones and they were sweet.
That's what I do. Yeah.
He's a jerk like that. Yeah, you
I'm a
got him,
jerk.
Louis. Yeah. Yeah.
While we're all here, and before we move on to mailbag, I do want to mention for a minute. I am so excited about Flair
Yeah.
and how that's been received. And Fleer
Very nice.
needed a win. As a Fleer guy, it's been a little, I mean, there's been, I think, great sets these last few years, but nothing has seemed to resonate super strong with the hobby at large. And I feel that from everything I'm seeing, that the reception so far to Flair has been very positive. I've opened a box. I know, Louis, you have. Do you echo that, Louis?
Absolutely, that was fun, Rip, yesterday.
Yeah.
Must be
So-
nice. Man, it's fun, hey, Louis, when it gets said, it must be nice. Yeah, living the dream.
Yep,
Living the dream, bud.
living that
Thank
dream.
God I don't have to hear that anymore at the garage. My God.
Hmm.
Sorry.
The
Like would Josh probably get into it though, but the base cards. Oh,
Yeah, they're beautiful,
They're
eh?
awesome.
Like every card looks amazing.
mhm.
I watched the video after that. That was awesome, man. Very nice. Almost like a lot of flair to them, you know?
I think
Something
I'm gonna.
like that.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping there's good prices at the expo because I would love to open more Flair.
I'm
Yeah, I'd love to
kinda-
rip one.
I'm gunning for like $50-$60 Parker's Champions boxes. I see a lot of the blues out there. A lot of the
I'm with you.
blues. $50 a box. I'll buy 4 cases right now. Well, 2 cases.
EX 2000s could be cheap. We could have like a pack wars with EX
This could
2000
be-
Parker.
Josh, we could have a lot of fun with our loser sets we like.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's a
Sell us
bunch
your
of,
junk.
if they got 22, 23 Parky's champions around, man, I'll jump all over that. That's my favorite one.
Phil Marsh, you ready for the mailbag?
Yes, Josh, I am. Okay. Okay, let's go. Gongshow Mailbag, Discord. Mad Dog Nav 78. What's up, Discord manager? Bonjour, journaliste de carte hockey. What's a
good.
unique collecting habit that you have? For example, if I'm building a set for my Tampa Bay Lightning, I always have to buy card number 1 first.
I think he's talking top loader binder, but sure.
Oh, yeah.
Was it?
Late.
But it's
Well,
where's
Top
the
loader
deal?
TLB
binder.
would be Tampa Lightning Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't see that when I was reading it. I swear
Oh.
I saw TBL. That's okay.
Well, because you always throw the G on it for the gang, the TLBG, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing triplicate. Just look at the middle. Okay. Bookends are massive for me. I'm not big on jersey number at all. And I think it's awesome that you have number 1 that you're always looking for. I still don't like your question because everyone's laughing at me, though. Josh, what do you think?
It's a really good question. I couldn't think of anything that would be unique about how I collect. I don't know. Is there anything you guys have noticed that you think is weird about how I do things? Or
You
everything?
like cards that don't look good.
Okay.
What?
that hurt.
No, you're good. You got good cards.
You that cut deep. I just want you to know
No.
that cut deep, man.
The first cut is the deepest.
No.
Louis, do you collect anything that you like? Sylvain, you can't answer this. You sell cards.
Do I collect? do I collect anything I don't like? Is that what you just asked me?
No, it said unique.
Oh, what's a unique collecting habit that I have? No, I don't have any unique. Here, I'll give you a unique one. Going back to the TBLs or TLBGs, whatever they are. I can't organize one of those to save my life. That's a unique collecting habit.
That is a good, unique collecting habit trait. Yes, we're gonna move on. Next question.
I have. Can I answer?
Yes, Sylvain. What do you like to collect?
Well, so my collection is any cards that I don't get a lot of these, and it's okay. But if they were given to me if a friend gave them to me for a reason, like someone gave me a Future Watch auto of Lucas Cormier because Cormier is my last name. I was making a deal. It's like, you know what, you can have this one. Like cards that are a gift, I always keep.
Are they
and
the
I read
cards
number
behind you?
one. What's that?
Are the cards you have as gifts behind you displayed?
No, I had to put something up here because I moved recently. It was just this
Okay.
is almost all inventory, but I have my collection set aside.
You're
It's still
using
in
other
boxes.
people's cards for personal gain. That's
Yeah,
disgusting.
you see, I'm not gaining because I'm keeping them. And I read number one as in like number one on the checklist, not as in one in the serial number. That's just how I read it.
Oh, okay. Either way, he's got a thing. Cool. Next question. Crazy 8. Hey, fellas. Hey, Crazy 8. If raising box prices due to singles being sold for way more now is what we need to adapt to, aren't we drawing a parallel with PSA and upcharges? In both cases, card companies and distributors and PSA are price based on resale economics and not the product or service we go to them for. When it comes to flagships, especially, I think we need to keep the youth collector in mind because they are the collector of tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Take care and all the best in your endeavor. Josh, why don't you lead us off?
Great. You make me deal with
Yeah.
this one. No, it's a good question. It's a topic that's always going to keep coming up.
Yeah.
We're definitely in a supply and demand market. And again, I go back to, we can't have our cake and eat it too. If we want our singles to go up in value, then we have to be okay with box prices that go up in value too. And another thing that we don't talk about too is that as almost any day when there's a box that's going up in price, there's boxes that are going down in price as well.
Good point.
That, you know, so again, it's like, I don't know how to balance this. I don't know where the line of too much or satisfactory is. It's just like we talked about with Victoria last week. And, you know, the best way to deal with this is to pivot if you need to. And it's a, you know, I was given this world. I didn't make it. I didn't create the game, but I'm going to win the game. So how do I find the advantage in all this chaos and turmoil? That's where I you know, complaining at how the world is never really benefits you. There's no positive outcome to that. So find a way to win the game.
And I think kids of today don't have the yesterday that we had. They're starting now, and they're approaching it how it is today.
I don't think as a father of an 18-year-old, I have a lot of guilt in my day-to-day fatherly thoughts because I don't know how to give my son the best advice possible for the world he's growing up in. I'm figuring it out too. The world I grew up in, when I made decisions 5, 10, 15 years ago, they were based on the decisions of the men I tried to learn from growing up, from the business owners I worked for that were my age then. All those decisions, all those things I learned do not apply now. They don't at all. I don't know what advice to give my son. So your intentions are correct about the collector, the youth, and the collectors tomorrow. Dude, have you seen what the kids are carrying these days in the Pelican
Yes.
cases? I don't think we are the right men to tell the kids what's happening tomorrow. When you get into the real world, son, you think your little web camera and your little videos are going to make you rich? Yeah, well, some of them did. Some of them
the
did.
average 12-year-old has a better collection than I do.
Do you know how many people in 2015 and 16 told me not to buy Bitcoin? Do you know how many smart friends and adult people around me told me not to buy Bitcoin? Bitcoin saved my business. Bitcoin saved the house my son grew up in so I wouldn't lose it, right? I got lucky. That was not merit. I'm not pretending I did some super genius thing. I have big balls, and that I always have, and that I swing hard. I got a little package, and I swing fierce, and that worked out for me. Most of the times it doesn't, right? If I swing 10 times, I only connect 3. They usually outweigh the 7 losses, and that's kind of how I've been. Very, very cowboyish, but it's worked for me. But the kids
can I
thing,
throw one thing in that I forgot, which is actually my idea to help protect the kids, for the kids, you know.
Yeah.
I think if Upper Deck made a really strong effort on flagship to print a lot of retail blasters, that's if hobby boxes, because there's a big rookie like a Schaefer or Celebrini, go up and up and up, but you can still get hobby blasters at Target or Walmart or whatever Canadian Tire, whatever store they sell them at. And they just print a lot of it. That's a way to, if you really want kids just to experience cards cheaply, that's a good way to do it.
And a program for base cards. I want to get into collecting full sets again. I would love a real life tangible achievement program like E-Pack, but like for the analogs, not the digitals. And that's a beautiful way to get kids back. And that's a great way to make base cards great again, is that way. Or don't pick base cards, but you have to get all the UD portraits, something like that. Oh man, that'd be a great program to have, right? Look how much fun we have at the expo, running around with our little tickets. Can you sign my ticket? Like all these little silly things we're all doing. So they do get it.
Yeah.
Why can't you just do it we mail it in now, right? I mailed all my He-Man little tokens
yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. I think we got it. We all got that. Okay, here we go. Next one. Discord, 2-cent hockey cards. Nobody has scored 50 and 50 since Brett Hull did it during the 91-92 season. 34 years. Who is the next player to accomplish this feat? I'm taking Austin Matthews out of the running since I don't think he can play 50 games without getting hurt. Side note, we did not know how good we had it between 1980 and 1992 when Bossy, Gretzky, Lemieux, and Hull did it a combined 7 times during those 50 years.
Wow. It's 12 years.
12 years, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll hit it here. So this year we had 1540 goal plus scores this year. Bad grammar, I apologize, but that's pretty nutty. I mean, I think we're on a good way. I think next year we'll have a few more 50s. And I have to say this, if Connor McDavid chose to go out there and be selfish and not care about his team and just being like, you know what, I'm just going to shut a few people up this year. And my goal is to score as many goals as possible. Couldn't he get 75 or 80 if he puts his mind to it? I mean it. I'm dead serious. I really think he could get almost 80 goals in today's game if he made that his priority. That's how stupid good he is, right? But I think we're in good shape. I think we're in good shape, 2 cents. Louis, what do you think?
This could be it. We could have another 10, 12 fun year run in front of us here.
Agreed, man. Agreed. Sylvain, thoughts?
Well, to answer the question, who's the next player to accomplish? I think the most likely, I like your answer, Phil. I like McDavid. He would have to change his mindset and be more selfish, or maybe change teams, which he might not do. But yeah, I like that answer.
All right, Josh, close us off.
I agree with you on McDavid. I think though that here's how it would happen in my mind. I believe it was like probably 2 years ago, he made a conscious effort to say, I'm going to prioritize playmaking over goal scoring, because I think that will help my team win a Stanley Cup, because how much he cares about it. And if it's a year or two and that still doesn't work and he needs to try something new, then I can see that. And he goes back to more that goal scoring mindset. He could certainly do that. The other people I would throw in there would be Caulfield, Celebrini, or McKinnon. I don't know Macklin. He's maybe too much of a playmaker. I
thought of Celebrini too, yeah.
But
yeah, I agree with him on the Austin Matthews. I'd put Austin Matthews could do it probably not easily. Obviously, that's not an easy feat, but easier than most. And but he's hurt too much, right? I don't know how his off ice conditioning and professionalism is. He doesn't play for Ottawa, so I don't stalk him. But who knows? Got to stretch before the games, Austin. Okay, next question. Oh boy. All right. Instagram, Cujo Cardboard. Hey, Phil. Hey, Cujo. Now that your Sens have clinched a playoff spot, and lost a game, I'd like to take you on a hypothetical journey. Okay. It's June 11th. The Sens have a commanding 3-2 series lead in the Stanley Cup Finals against the Colorado Avalanche, and they're heading back home to Ottawa for Game 6. Allmark has been sensational in every series, stealing games, sweeping series, and on his way to carving his name into the prestigious Conn Smythe Trophy. In a pregame interview, Allmark steals a page out of the great Messier's playbook and tells the media, and he quotes, "We will win tonight. The city goes stir crazy. The buzz around town is electric. Every news outlet plasters Allmark's quote on every front page. And now it's game time. The building is deafening. The atmosphere has entered a state of euphoria. Allmark stands on his head and suffocates the Avs in a 3-0 performance. Carries the Senators on his back to their first Stanley Cup. Are you sending an apology to Linus via email or hand-delivering a letter to his doorstep? And would you also start collecting his cards? Hashtag #GoSensGo.
Wow.
Well, Cujo, I will do none of those things. I really do like your hypothetical, brother. But here's one thing. I don't like to forget history because history repeats itself. All the cliche things I heard as a kid are so freaking true now that I'm in my older age. So I don't like history. And if history has told us anything, I don't like residual damage from another self-absorbed individual on my hockey team. And that would have been Danny Heatley. And that's what happened to my team this year. A lot of self-absorbed attention. Whether it was warranted or not, it was still a decision of putting yourself before the team. I'm sorry, that's how I feel, okay? I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to be very vulnerable, open, and honest. Let's say someone on the Ottawa Senators has obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD. I don't mean the pop culture OCD. I mean the real one where you are locked
Clinically
in bed,
diagnosed.
where you are clinically diagnosed. Thank you, Josh. Okay, so let's say someone on the Sens has that. Okay, and let's say a select few people have that. Linus, let me give you a scenario, not a hypothetical, a realistic one. Let's say it's Saturday morning and you're getting ready with your OCD and you're preparing for your day, and your day is full of rituals. And that's what someone with OCD has. They have rituals to protect them from the intrusive thoughts. And those intrusive thoughts, they are aware they're not based in reality, but their body feels them. Is that what you want a hockey player to feel? That those intrusive thoughts during the day when his goalie doesn't start the game? So what if my OCD player's day is completely thrown out of whack because Linus Allmark is having a mental health day and he needs a day off? What about another player on the team who has just high anxiety? Not a big mental illness, but a very common one and a very serious one at that. So let's add 2 players to the team. So let's say 2 players on the Ottawa Senators have high anxiety. Let's add a 4th player on the team who has another mental illness. So that's 4 players out of over 30, 5 including Linus, that have mental health issues. But one of them takes priority? Only one of them gets an hour interview with TSN? What about the other 4 with mental illness? Is it fair to them to take the center stage and to take the day off and to do interviews and to take when you take the games off, you are seen talking with your friends up top in the building as well? So now I'm just playing devil's advocate. I will not collect Linus Allmark's cards. I hope he wins us a Stanley Cup. I would give him a really big hug and I would shake his hand and I would be very happy for what he did. But I cannot forget the things that have been done. And I don't like to forget. I like to hold people accountable to them. So I do hope he has an amazing playoffs. He played great. We lost 2-0. He had a kind of a shaky goal. I think he played really good and I'm really happy for him. But I can't let go of what has happened.
Do you want to explain you said you're going to be vulnerable, but I don't think you ever really explained.
Oh, sorry. Well, I mentioned it on Friday nights with Phil. So I have been diagnosed with OCD twice in my life from 2 different psychiatrists when I was a lot younger, and I manage it every day. But I wake up every day. I'm at war with myself. So it's not something I talk about too often, but I am very open and honest. And I don't not bring it up because it upsets me. I've really come to terms with it. I don't bring it up because OCD has become such a term used in society. So everyone who gets offended at your little thing, I'm, I guess, triggered or offended or, quote, lack of a better word. Every day of my life, I hear, oh my God, I'm so OCD. Oh, it's my OCD. Do I make it my life's mission to correct people's vernacular and vocabulary? No, I don't care. But it does twitch my eyebrow, but I live with it. I completely live with it. And anybody listening right now, if you dare say, oh my God, I can't say that anymore, that upsets Phil, I will strangle you. You keep saying it. It's up to me. It's up to me to be resilient and not let that twitch my eyebrow. And I am clinically diagnosed 2 times over from completely different people. I even did a stint in the hospital when I was a young lad. And I'm very open and honest about it. but a lot of people are going through things that they don't talk about because they are resilient. So when I do see people saying I'm going through a hard time and they want to do a TV interview and they want to talk about it over and over and over and over again, nonstop, then sometimes I think it's not about the issue. It's about something else. And it just smells off to me. And I'm not, I will not be collecting Linus Ullmark hockey cards.
Can I play a tiny bit of devil's advocate with you? And you would know better than me because you're way more in tune into Ottawa. Do you think it was really Linus wanting to come out and promote the fact of his mental illness, or was he being asked to explain himself? And like if you had the amount of public scrutiny on your life and people were questioning about certain things that you did because of your OCD, do you think that you would feel the need to kind of explain yourself in that regard, or no?
Oh, I understand what you're saying. So the main purpose of that interview was about the infidelity rumors.
Oh, right. I was just about to say
that it was not about mental illness. It was about infidelity rumors. There's when I go to games now, do you know how they're different than 10 years ago? They feel like socialite events. They feel like 10, 15 years ago, especially when I had seasons tickets. We watched the games, and the people that had seasons tickets around me, we conversed a lot between the whistles, but there was a lot more like in the game action. Even the entertainment, it's all very catered to a very social event, which is great. I mean, that's awesome. It's not just hockey and hockey only, but it's less and less about the actual game itself. I don't even think people are educated on offside where I sat half the time this year. You know, it's very different. It's very different, but I'll never change.
I understand your point. These are not everything in life is simple.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like you can take the perspective. I do understand the people that have empathy for anyone that's struggling in life, and for Linus Ullmark. But then I look at it too, like, and you're very much of the, I want to be a fan of my hockey team. Mm-hmm. I want my hockey team to perform and for them to play the players that give them the best chance to perform. For instance, if I went into a meeting with my financial advisor and he explained that he lost half of my retirement income because, he's going through a really tough time right now and his girlfriend dumped him and he got a little bit addicted to the booger sugar. And I don't think that would fly with me either.
But,
right?
But Josh, for some people, it does right now. And some I guarantee you have at least one or two friends in your immediate circle. I don't mean Louie or me or anything. That would be like, Josh, I really think you should go easy on him a little bit. We live in a time where there are people like that. Some of them are listening right now. And I do. And I think it's very okay to disagree. It's very okay. We've made it this far in disagreements, right? It's okay to disagree about that.
Well, but, I've said this about you a million times, and it's worth repeating because it's literally my favorite part about Phil. And what? Louis and Sylvain, see if you guys agree, is that you are one of the most crazy opinionated persons I've ever met. And I think some of your opinions, frankly, are totally out there.
Yeah.
But that being said, you're also one of the most open-minded people I've also ever met. And you're willing to change your... so many people are just so dug in on whatever opinion they have. And I think that your approach to, as opinionated as you are, you're like dug in an inch deep and you're willing to listen to other perspectives and change your mind and grow. Because that's a sign of growth, right? Changing your mind. Like, I think some people view that as a sign of weakness. Like, I used to believe one thing and now I believe another, where I think that's more of a sign of growth. That you're...
Very flattered, Josh. Thank you I appreciate your comments. Thank you. I can't tell you, when I went to the show last weekend, even in my disguise, when I met a couple buddies in the parking lot, whole Ullmark thing came up again. Whole Ullmark. They're like, well, you got to admit he's been playing better, Phil. Come on, you at least have to admit that. I was like, did you think I was going to lie and say he's not? I'm like, he's been playing great lately. Of course. Then my second disguise. Then my second doesn't matter. Then my second friend goes, oh, okay. Well, see, I told you, at least Phil admits that. I'm like, why? What? Like, what? Why would I not admit? What was the reason I didn't like the guy? He didn't pass the eye test. Then he started dropping games. Then he hijacked all the media. Then he hijacked the dressing room. These are very legitimate things to bring up for not liking somebody, right? But if they're playing good, I'm not going to lie and say the guy's not playing good. That would be weird to me. I want nothing more than that big Swede to shut me the heck up, you know? So
Yeah.
I do
big
think
fan.
some people are worried about, to your point, Josh, about Phil's quality, and I agree, it's a great quality of his. A lot of people, like, they feel like if they admit they were wrong or that they changed their opinion, that it's a gotcha. They got gotcha'd, you know, and yeah, I think it's kind of a silly way to approach life.
We live in a gotcha society, though, right?
That too, yeah. But
On
if you're
this
like, I don't
date
care,
and this
sure,
time you said this. Did you
Right.
not? Well, yeah, I guess I did. Ha, gotcha. It's like, okay, well,
Right.
Jesus.
I have a hard time living up to this. Like, I'm sure a lot of people do, but as of a couple years, like I found myself so here's like my little tiny vulnerable moment, but I found myself at like family get-togethers, like politics would come up and I would express my opinion and it would never go well. Right. It's like it would just make people angry and it would lead to people that I love, right? That causing tension to people that I love. And so that's part of the reason why I stepped way back in my personal life from politics. But I also kind of decided that like my aspiration is to never share my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. I wish I didn't.
But to
I agree,
listen,
Josh.
right? Because when I hear your opinion, I learn, right? When I give my opinion, maybe I just suck at it, right? And that could be but it doesn't seem like it ever works out. I've never changed somebody's mind. I just make people PO'd at me.
Well, what is an opinion? It's the sum of all your experiences, right? Like, isn't that like my world? I'm so sorry. My worldview is different than yours, guy who grew up in Morocco. Like, what, you know, like, I mean, when I had 2 Moroccan kids that worked for me 2 years ago, they really opened the eyes of a lot of my staff on how good we have it over here. And it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. So the opinions are just the sum of all our experiences, right? Their worldview is different than our worldview. And then we all like hockey. That's a big part of, we have a similar worldview about something. So chances are we're going to probably agree about other things.
And then I had this, like, I don't know if I call it an epiphany or like learning. And this was like a self-reflection thing about myself that I can feel very strongly about something and be very passionate about like a stance on a very controversial topic. But I don't, nobody has to know how I feel about it. That doesn't, like, both can exist, right? Where I can be just as and act in my life and in support of, I guess, how I feel about whatever topic, but I don't have to go broadcasting it to the world.
You don't have, that's a good point.
So
yeah, you can be comfortable in the silence of it. All right. Enough deep thoughts by Gongshow. Next question. Thank you. That was great. That was good. It got us all talking, man. Thank you. Appreciate it, Cujo. All right, Mike Francis, Facebook. Will any of the late season rookie debuts make it into Upper Deck Extended? Well, this is a Josh question.
No. They can. The earliest they can be is 26, 27 Series 1.
There you go. There you go, Mike.
What about Fowler? I guess he wasn't that late, was he? For Montreal?
Anybody that debuts that would debut in like March or April would not be in
he was
extended,
before that.
because that product was done way before that.
Right.
All right, next question. Discord. Minnesota Sports Card Junkie. Tori, if you could go back in time 2 to 5 years and educate your former self on the current collecting focus, would you do it, or would you allow yourself to evolve naturally? I've enjoyed my journey, but wonder if I collected 5 years ago like I do today, how different would my collection look? I would deviate from my sends 5 years ago as opposed to like 2 or 3 or 4. That's what I would do. Not much different. Louis, what would you do different, if anything?
More specific on the things or who I was collecting. More isn't always better.
Ooh, good point. Less is more. Josh?
I would definitely go back and educate myself. I feel like I have probably very similarly to lots of people. I've learned through making financial mistakes, or not mistakes, but just regrets. Like I'm very happy with the purchases I'm making now, and I hate everything I bought 2.5 years ago.
But
I
remember,
think
what
that's
do we
part of
say?
the journey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
maybe.
you learn from it, right? You saved yourself lots of money by losing lots of money.
Yeah.
Confucius
You-
things.
Shut up.
The hobby is very nuanced and there's a lot of lessons to learn, and you need experience to grow to where you are. And it's like, you need to experience it firsthand too. It's hard to just take someone else's advice. And yeah, I think it should still be grateful for the mistakes because it made you collect the way you collect today.
Oh, so cute.
Discord, Tronk Slam Chest. Are you guys going to be at the Montreal Expo in May? No, none of them are going to be, but I am. Next question. Instagram, Ripple the Mesh. Awards. Who are your nominees for Hart, Calder, Norris, Vesna, and why? We answered all this already. Next question.
I knew that was coming.
Instagram, Gretzky Guy 99. I love you, Ripple. I'm just doing the thing. Can a Stanley Cup win bring a crazy bump to certain players in the booming market? No. Next question. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Hit and miss. Makar, yes. Matthew Tkachuk, no. That's a good answer.
Well, I can think of one player.
It all depends.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah. Next
I
question.
thought you were going to say we covered this already. Next.
No. Do you think Adam Crawford, Adam, I love you, but do you think, like, what if McDavid never wins a cup? Like, obviously we all have to go check on him, right? Like, I don't have to check on you if they win a cup. I know you're happy, but I want to check on Adam.
I think when he does, he's going to stroke out making all of his, like, I told you so YouTube videos and Instagram posts.
Yeah, you should let him be like, yeah, no, you
Of
told
course,
me, you
of course.
got me, man, you got
Adam,
me.
you
Yeah, let
do
him
it.
have
You do your touchdown dance and your mic drop moment, and you have a blast, buddy.
Not let him. That's good. Okay, where are we here? Gretzky Guy. No, we're done here. Kalen Anderson, Mr. Anderson. Scale of 1 to 10, how pumped are you guys for the Expo? I'm currently sitting at a cool 9.75. Yeah, I'm pretty high, man. 9-10 for sure. Boys, you guys happy?
Oh, yeah. Same.
Yeah.
9.75 is accurate.
I'm going to go with the Spinal Tap 11.
Yeah, Madigan with the best answer. All right, next question. Steel Ad from Discord. Hello, good men and Sylvain. Oh, sorry, and ladies if Victoria's present. Sorry, I thought that started with an S. Whose card values rise the most if their team wins the playoffs? I think we all know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Montreal?
No.
Well, I know
Connie
McDavid, but
McDavid.
he's one
Yeah.
player. But I feel like if Montreal wins, they're going to have 5 players who's
Yeah, I
Whose
agree.
value
I
explode?
agree with the player and the team that you picked. I completely agree.
Just
Next
go with the
question,
bit. Go
Instagram.
with the bit, brother. Come on.
Theo V1. Oh, I think that's how you say
The
it. Theo
OV1?
V1. Yeah. Okay.
Kenobi.
What do you look at while buying a card? The design, the player, or the value upside? I'll go first. Right away, it all is feelings. I'm all feelings right away. Then a close second kind of is the money. We'd all be lying if it wasn't. And I don't know, the more expensive it is, the more special I feel sometimes. But it has to be a good combination of everything. But the ultimate thing is the card has to make my eyes the happiest. I don't care if it's a base card. I have tons of Allure base cards of all my favorite players. They're all in my binders. It makes no difference at the end. That's the number one thing. I just don't want too many of them. Louis, what would you be first?
The back. No, just kidding.
The box bottom. He goes straight to the box bottom.
That's good.
Well, you must really love Flair because it's about
Yeah.
the best card back. And
Yeah. Design first, and then after that, it would be the player image. There's a lot of
Okay.
cards of the guy, like a couple of Madanos or Heishers that I collect, but I can't stand the way he looks on the card. So it's just like, no.
Yeah, Mongoloid, eh? Josh?
my ranking is player first, then design, then upside, but all are important to me.
And I'll answer for Sylvain. He just cares about the money. So next question. Nick Suzuki. Best product to rip for sick cards and also have a chance to pull solid autos. Well, it depends how much Benadryl you give them. I like you. Josh, you want to lead us off here?
I said stature.
I said
Yeah.
the cup. Bang for your buck. Isn't the cup the best?
Maybe.
High risk reward? I don't know. Sylvain, do you have any
Preachy
thoughts?
Platinum. I like O-Pee-Chee Platinum.
I think that's the worst.
Oh yeah, good call.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst, man.
I mean, chance to pull an auto, but sick cards both apply.
Parker's
to
champions.
this.
All right.
Or Phil can get his orange checkers that he loves.
Oh, yeah. Next question. Instagram, Miles Collector. What current NHL players do you believe would make the best NHL coaches? Oh, I remember. I read this. I want to think about it later.
Can I actually do an amendment on this?
Yeah.
Going back to our Doug Harvey, get to know your Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
What current player would make, if the NHL came back and said that they're going to allow player coaches, who would it be? Crosby? Would that be the obvious?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's, I don't know.
That's like saying
His
Gretzky,
favorite.
and he was horrid.
No, you can't teach why Gretzky was good. Crosby is an X and O's guy.
No, I guess to Louis' point though is that sometimes the best players are not the best coaches.
Yeah.
Too, and it's like it's hard to answer because, like if we got to be in the locker room every day, like for the Sens, like you would obviously know who the best player coach would be.
Yeah, like Spezza. So Jason Spezza would have been. He loved everything hockey. X's O's guy, watches all the game. You'd know. Yeah, they eat, breathe, and poop hockey.
I think Drew Doughty would make a good coach.
Oh, stop.
Okay. I know we failed you on the great question, man. I
Yeah,
wanted
that's
to
a
think
good
about it
question,
more. Can we put it for next week too? I'd like
Yeah.
to think about it.
Mhm.
Okay,
I like
Indiana
this,
Jones 2012. Love the name, brother. Last Crusade. Junior. I pulled a silver outburst, Young Guns, Matthew Schaefer. What do you know it's worth, Josh?
Well, I think this is a teach a man to fish moment.
Okay.
So Indiana Jones, Dr. Jones, you can go to 130point.com and look up your card and see what it's worth. And then
There's
you don't
your
have to
answer.
ask idiots like us.
Daddy
Okay.
just told you.
Or
You should ask me
eBay and go to
next
sold items because the product's not even 3 months sold, so it'll show all of them.
Good point.
Yeah.
Fifth
My answer
last
my answer
question.
was the best.
Oh, I'm sorry, Louis. Go ahead.
What it's worth selling.
Oh,
Okay.
very deep.
Well, he's never asking us a question again. Next question. Instagram. Beats, beers, and hobby boxes. Love it. Which player or players has seen the biggest rise and fall in their hobby market this season? I said Robertson, Jason Robertson, I thought. No.
To rise or fall?
I thought, does he mean both?
And fall.
And
Well, the
Both.
rise.
Oh,
is
I
the
thought
most
he was
obvious.
asking who
Same
rose the
guy.
most and who fell the most.
I thought it was
No way.
whatever. Wait, who do you pick?
Okay.
Oh.
Well, Celebrini rose the most. I mean, that's like,
Yeah.
I think not even a question. And then
Yeah.
on the loss side, I didn't
Matthews.
spend in Matthews would be the.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you're right.
Anyone have any other names to throw in there?
Nope.
Stamkos?
If it's rise and fall, I'd go with Bedard because he rose and then got hurt and then fell again, but it wasn't like insane.
Oh.
But I think if that's the question, I'd go with that.
I think he's talking about players that rose the most and players that fell the most.
Yeah.
Like separate.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Next question. Instagram. Kevin B. Smith. If you could be a GM of your favorite NHL team for a day, I did the question wrong. What big moves would you make and why? Please answer other than a center for the Wild and a goalie for the Sens. Why?
That was my answer.
I thought he meant not your favorite team. So I actually picked Chicago Blackhawks.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it'd be fun to be their GM. You build a team around your goalie and Bedard. I'd even call the Leafs. I thought I would try to get Michelli. I'd get a winger, lead passing for my Connor. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have fun with it. Yeah, that's my answer. I don't know. You guys want to answer?
I was going to say what he asked us not to answer, so I don't know what to say anymore.
Well, if I
we
couldn't
suck
get
at the
a
questions.
center for my beloved Minnesota Wild, I would want like a Mikko Rantanen type, another big physical, like playmaking wing like that. I mean, but who wouldn't want Mikko Rantanen on their team either?
True. Sorry, Kevin. We didn't have the best answers for you, but we're going to move on. Discord, Gunther Cards 96. Hey, boys. Hey, Gunther. This NHL regular season saw 15 players reach 40 or more goals, but only 2 had 50 plus. Of all those players, who do you think takes the leap and hits 50 next year? I think Josh is a good answer for that. I'm not the best at this.
So I have a list of the 13 players that had at least 40 but didn't get to 50. Those are McDavid, Kaprizov, Jason Robertson, Wyatt Johnston, Macklin Celebrini, Nikita Kucherov, Matt Boldy, Steven Stamkos, Cutter Gauthier, Kitty Cat, Alex DeBrincat, Dylan Gunther, and Tage Thompson. So it's most likely to hit 50 of those 13. Mine were McDavid, Kaprizov, and then I think Dylan Gunther, I think, is going to get there sooner than later.
Oh, wow.
Good answer.
Good. Like that.
Next question.
Mm.
No, for Pete's sake. Are you Instagram from Silly Billio? Are you going to ask Billy about the Acetate Young Guns print run on Wednesday? I said we got to get this guy liquored up and he'll spill the beans. That's my answer to you, Silly Billy. Josh,
Is that Billy's actual Instagram?
Yeah.
Don't they say stuff like when you refer to yourself in the third person? But I'll digress on that. I have a new theory about this. I think Upper Deck they're afraid to tell him that he doesn't even know. And that's why he keeps deflecting.
Yes! Shame him into telling us, but he probably doesn't know because they wouldn't tell him. It's privileged information. And we all know Billy ain't bona fide.
Okay. My theory is that it changes every year.
Fair enough.
Or maybe per player.
Yeah. I think they keep the same ratio and it changes depending on the print run, would be my best guess.
Last question. Peach cards from Brand X. Tell me more, Joker. So Upper Deck knocked it out of the park with the 25-26 flair. The cards are amazing. I can't help thinking how incredible a 10-player Legends-based subset would have been in that product. Does Upper Deck have set guidelines as to what products have Legends included? I wrote Josh question.
I feel like Jason Mashra has told us that they're trying to be very careful and deliberate about where they use Legends and where they don't. I don't mind it. Actually, as opposed to putting like a Legends base set in Flair when it comes back, I had this thought this weekend that if they're looking for sets that would be good candidates to do a Legend set like they did with 2020 SP Legends Signature Edition or the latest Ingrained Legends, I think you could do a really fun one with Flair, like an all Legend set.
Out of everything we talked about, I feel that was the hottest, most sensitive subject was the copyright. I really do. I felt he was like, nope, we talked about it. No reason to go there again. I was like, whoa. It's like, yeah, I felt like that was the hottest one. I did not want to further that conversation.
The whole Legends term.
Yeah, the copyright.
Mm-hmm.
Jason talked about everything. No, bring it up, Phil. What do you got to ask? Everything else. But that one, he was like, nope, no reason to talk about it. We've already dealt with it. No issue. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, he doesn't want to tick off the Hall of Fame, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, he shut it down fast for a reason. There's like a layer of old farts we just maybe need to retire something, eh? Not on my watch, sonny boy. All right, I think that's it there, Joshy Poo.
Personal pickups, Phil.
Zip Bupkis.
Sylvan, did you send any pickups? Did we ask you to?
He doesn't pick up.
You did not. But I got
I don't want to look at other people's cards.
I got a Cole Perfetti acetate.
Let's see it.
A mom's spaghetti? Cole
yeah,
Perfetti?
sure.
Yeah, but just have it right here, guys.
What year is Perfetti? Is he 2021?
21, yeah.
Is he El Dante?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
White sauce or red sauce?
Red sauce.
Red. What's white sauce?
Not spaghetti.
I mean, rosé, Alfredo. You know, there's other names for it.
Nice. Look at that.
Yeah.
Neat. No, put it back in front of your face. Thank you.
Oh, your hair is growing out, Sylvan. It's starting to look better.
Yeah, it is.
Man, it's
Yeah,
good.
thanks.
Are you going to get a mohawk? You should.
No.
Every man in his
Yeah,
40s
I love
needs a mohawk.
acetates. Like I can't not get them when they come to my table.
Baba Louie. You're not even going to show your Flair cards or what?
What do I have to show?
What I have to show?
They
We
all
hit
went
that Zane Parake, that sweet rookie.
Yeah, it's on its way to Slab Sharks.
Slab Sharks. Okay. I have one pickup to share. It's a 2025-26 O-Pee-Chee Alexander Ovechkin wax on insert. 1 in 480 pack odds to hit any of the 15 cards. So it's one of the tougher chases in the recent O-Pee-Chee release, and I kind of like it. I like the poor registration on purpose kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
I want to pick up more of these.
Yeah, they're nice cards. They're good. I got the Crosby ones. Beautiful.
Oh, you do?
I thought it was going to be right on par with the bootleg, but it's not. The bootleg is a far superior.
Oh, I love bootlegs. Yeah.
I'm going to be controversial. I don't dislike them, but I'm not like smitten kittens like everyone else. I don't know why. I'd like to be. It's fun when you love cards that all your friends do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right, good job, boys. We got deep today.
Yeah, maybe too much. So I don't know.
No, it's good. We're good people. All right, if you like the episode, please leave a rating review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, if you love Sylvan, half of Moncton does. Phil's sister does. And you want to chat with us on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider a $5 a month donation. Join on a $999 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description, on our Instagram profile, on our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, or on Patreon's website, patreon.com, and search for us, Hockey Cards Gongshow. We're on social media. Follow the Gong Show on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast is a production of Dogbox Ventures, LLC. Have an awesome Monday. Start your week. The expo is coming. Baba Louie, take us out.
Yeah. Bye.
It's the Gong Show. We're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire. No holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth, he's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go. Wanna say them in the show.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
Is it weird that I've developed emotional feelings for my cat?